What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. And we are back just like that, man. We just called the fights this morning, man. It was a decent few fights that I got to see, man. We called them, but can't really say if this fight lived up to the expectation. I can't lie. We gonna talk about it. It was a sold out event, but it's still, I had some expectations for this fight, and I ain't necessarily see it. I ain't necessarily get out of this fight what I thought we was gonna get. I thought it was gonna be more action for sure. But I'm not gonna complain. Both guys did what they could do at the end of the day. But I do know Junto Nakatani was his name. I feel like he could have did more. I think he was too respectful of Monster Inoue, and some of it for good reason, right? It's Monster Inoue, right? Who ain't gonna be cautious or what I mean, somewhat a little hesitant, if you will, right? I just think, what? I don't even want to say he was cautious and hesitant. You know what he was? He was too respectful. I'm gonna just be straightforward. He was way too respectful. I think with Monster this morning, man. For us, it was morning for us, so that's why I'm saying this morning. But he was way too respectful. And a lot of times when you the bigger guy, man, if you see the bigger guy getting backed up, that's not a good sign. If you big and you got some type of size advantage, you want to be in a position where you could utilize it and use it to your advantage. And he wasn't able to do it. I mean, he just didn't impose himself, should I say. It's like he didn't have faith in coming forward and being on that front foot, and he allowed Monster to be first and dictate the terms and conditions, right? If he constantly pressing forward and you backing up, get what I'm saying? He's landing his single shots here or there. It's just a matter of time before he start picking you apart, and that's what we seen this morning, man. It was still competitive, right? It's competitive, right, to a degree, but just felt like Monster was putting those rounds in the bank because he was doing far more than what Junto was doing. Junto was, I don't know, man. I don't know what was on his mind or what wasn't on his mind, but I just think he had the wrong game plan initially. I think for the first half of the fight, or even a little more, I think he just had the wrong kind of game plan. You can't allow the smaller man to back you down and dictate terms and conditions, bro. You gotta be the boss in the ring. You get me? And if you're not, then you gonna allow him to dictate. Then he gonna win those rounds. He the undisputed champion. You moving up to the weight class challenging him, and it just made me think of that old saying that used to be, in boxing. To beat the champ, you got to take it from him, right? You got to beat him, right? You got to take it from him convincingly, and I just don't think he was able to do that. I just he boxed well, and I felt like early he was just trying not to lose, right? Like trying not to make a big mistake, and I think it made him keep his hands in his pockets a little too much early. You know what I'm saying? We seen it when he started pressing on that front foot and putting them combinations together. It started looking different for Monster. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Ant McQueen. He pointed it out that I think he had Monster hurt late in the fight at one point and didn't press the issue. Now I just think that's what it was overall. I just think he was way too respectful. I think he was trying to avoid getting knocked out. That's how he fought to me. He fought this fight like a person that knew his guy had punching power and he was trying not to get caught. That's what he fought like. Monster anyway fought with a bit more confidence, right? Pressing forward and he set the table. And you can't let that dude, somebody that good, that experience dictate terms and conditions, bro. You're gonna have a tough time beating him. It's just gonna be really hard to beat him. And that's what you've seen. He just didn't do a lot in the first half of the fight. Howard was good with it, homie. Behind the hands TV. My dog, what's good, family? Junto's on the roll into the cut. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was fighting well, but I just thought, I don't know. And you know what? Maybe I'll watch it again, but just to me, it felt like you like when you had those type of close rounds, or like I guess you want to call them swing rounds, or where they're not clear cut and decisive. More times than not, they ain't gonna go to the challenger, man. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what he was up against, right? You going in there and you facing him, and you facing the undisputed champion, nicknamed the Monster, and you fighting like you in there with a monster, right? And I get it. Like I said, to a degree, be cautious, better safe than sorry. But I think you couldn't. I'll say this: you can't if you're not the kind of guy that play it safe. Don't wait till you get to this fight and start playing it safe. That's what I was saying. He got to this particular fight and start playing it safe, and I'm like, man, what is he doing? Why you backing up? You're not throwing a lot. You kind of inactive. You letting them steal the rounds. I think just by pressing forward and what I'm saying, being effective in spots, right? But it was a good fight. Junto didn't get embarrassed. Monster wasn't nowhere near as dominant as what we've seen him in the past with some of these other guys at all. It wasn't even nowhere near that kind of situation. So it's a testament to how good both guys was. It was a lot of feinting and jockeying for position and posturing early. Guys was trying to figure out and establish their range, find their rhythm. I think Monster fought like a champion in a sense, right? Like, even if you're not doing a whole lot in these rounds, you still being first, or it appears that you dictating the terms and the pace, right? And that's gonna get you rounds. So I think that's what he was up against tonight. I've seen some people saying draw. I've seen some people saying Nakatani won. I can't say I think he won, man. Again, you just gotta do more than that. You gotta be more definitive. But I think he had possibly better moments late in the fight than Inoue, because he was putting his punches together. I think Nakatani was the better combination puncher, but he didn't show it till like late, till past halfway through the fight. About round 7, 8, he started. You know what I'm saying? Pressing on. Then the cut came at the worst time, and that can throw things off too. So, but it was a good fight. So he took too long to walk forward, yeah. And when he did, he was a little successful, but he got cut, yeah. He had success and then gets cut, right? So it's like he needed to employ that game plan, that strategy a lot sooner, and he just didn't do it, right? He kind of let Inoue off the hook because, again, he's too experienced to allow him to dictate the pace of the fight, right? And be first all the time. He put you behind the 8 ball a little bit with that, right? He got off to a better start. Seemed like they both were respectful, very respectful of each other early, because it was a lot of feinting and just like shuffling and no punches being thrown. Dude, neither one of those guys wanted to get clipped. They were very respectful of what they had coming back at them. So it just goes to show you the kind of the level that they knew they both was up against. But I think Monster settled in just a bit sooner, a bit quicker than Nakatani. Like I said, seemed like he was using them early rounds to try to limit the success of Nakatani, but I mean of Inoue. But you already know, Anne McQueen, say no more, my dog. You know what I mean? He tried his best, I think, but overall, I just think he might have let it slip by. It's one of those fights where it's close and competitive, and it's probably a matter of swing rounds or judges saying this is what, because it was a little favorable to Inoue. They know they love him. Like, I think to beat him, you gotta beat him. Like, you can't just box him, you gotta beat him. And I don't think there's no way they letting the titles come up off his hands if you don't go out there and definitively dethrone him or beat him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's easy to do, but that's what was needed. Average someone was good, homie. I mean, a legit roster fight in the beginning. It was, bro. It was a lot of fading. And I understood it because his levels. Nobody wanted to get a guy too much of an edge or advantage by making a big mistake too early. I think that safety first, or they were both being defensively responsible, but I think at the same time, Nakatani's offense paid a price because of it, right? I think his offense paid a price when he was you know trying to weather the early rounds without letting Inoue get crazy. Because I mean, we've seen him in the past, man. The Inoue could get wild on you, bro. It could go bad for you fast. So I think Nagatani definitely did a hell of a job not letting that happen at all, right? He was
I'd like to add this though, Just.
talk to
I'd
me.
like to add this.
Mm-hmm.
That point that you just made, right? The times where we've seen NUA try to turn it up early in the past, what, 4 or 5 fights when he's gotten knocked down,
Mm-hmm.
that's when he left himself open.
Yeah.
So to your point about Nakatani not getting busy enough early on, like let's
Mm-hmm.
say if he starts to turn it up, then he could possibly bait Inoue into
Mm-hmm.
turning it up, and then that
Mm-hmm.
creates the opportunities. When Inoue got dropped by Luis Neri
Mm-hmm.
in the first round,
Right.
he was opening up.
He
It was a
was.
counterpunch, a left hook.
Mm-hmm. Spent his ass.
When Cardenas dropped him in the second round,
True indeed.
Inoue was opening up.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So maybe, because I saw what Junto was doing.
Right.
Junto was trying to get him to open up, because there's no secret. When he throws his right hand, he drops his left.
Mm-hmm.
Or pardon me, well, actually both ways. When he throws his left hand, he drops his right too. That's
Yeah.
how he's gotten clipped and dropped in those two
Bounce back.
fights.
Was good. Right. True.
So if he would have pushed his hand just a little bit and got
Mm-hmm.
him to turn up,
Mm-hmm.
that would have created more openings for him to land those counter punches that he was looking for.
I see that. I could see that. Yeah, it just seemed like he took a little too long to get started, right? Like I wanted to see him coming forward a bit more because the times where he started doing it and he just appeared to be the better combination puncher. And hey, tell me something. Is it me? Is it me? Or did it look like Nakatani's punches was having a little more of effect when he was landing clean? Or am I tripping?
No, no,
Because
I felt that way too. I felt that way too. And this and it was so funny when you was calling the fight and you were saying that Junto was showing him too much respect. There was a moment in the 12th, and I
right,
remember it vividly. It was around like the minute 10 mark. Where he caught him with a clean shot and froze him in his tracks.
right,
And
right.
anyway, stopped throwing punches. He wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
But it seemed
Yeah.
like Nakatani was so respectful of what may come back
Uh-huh.
that he didn't pursue it.
Mm-hmm. It's like he wanted to be a gentleman, like in there. Nah, be his ass. You gotta be his ass. You was like too much of a gentleman, man. Hop on his ass, bro. Don't let him breathe, man, because he dangerous to deal with. You gotta force the issue. I like the point that you made, like about him opening up and getting caught early. Yeah, man. Maybe if Nakatani would have forced the issue just a bit more, like you said, just apply pressure in a way where it will force him to have to do more than what he was doing, and opening up is something he liked to do, and he susceptible to getting caught early. And a guy like Nakatani can punch, and he looked like the better combination puncher too. I ain't gonna lie. He started putting them together. I'm like, bro, if you was coming forward, man, this probably be a different fight. I ain't gonna lie. I think that's what killed him. I think being respectful. That's the best way, because it wasn't a bad fight. It just was a little too, you know what I mean? He need to light that fire, man. Yeah, he started coming forward after like what 7 or 8, and I'm like, that's what you needed to do. Push his little ass back. You gotta push him back and make him fight, not allow him to fight. Because I know one thing with Monster, the more you let him do, the more his confidence is gonna grow. And that could be good and bad because I've seen it work both ways. I've seen him get seem like overconfident in spots, but you also just don't want his confidence to grow at any point because of what you're not doing. So I think that's a play that Nakatani wanted to take away, man. I ain't gonna let this dude, you know, beat me up early. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like that. He was very aware, like, you know what, we're gonna go these rounds. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I was impressed. I was impressed with his approach, even though the strategy overall I felt like it kind of cost him, but I get it. I get it. Into him clean anyway.
What's
Back.
most interesting about it to me is like it didn't really cost him physically because quiet as kept, that was probably the most inefficient fight I've ever seen for Monster Inoue. There was a
Absolutely.
lot of time where he was punching at the air or just hitting
Yes.
gloves, or
Yes.
Junto was able to roll underneath shots. Like he did very
Mm-hmm.
well defensively. And that was the most I've ever seen Monster struggle to close the gap too.
Right.
And it's funny that Ramon Cardenas, he went live the other day and somebody asked him about his thoughts on the fight, and he said that, yo, be on the lookout for that range. Nakatani will kind of like draw that line in the sand, and it's going to be difficult for Inouye to close the gap.
Right.
But if he does get the timing down, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
I was looking to see too, because we know Inouye's first step is quick.
Yeah. Hell
It's
yeah.
first sometimes too quick, because
Mm-hmm.
it's gotten him in trouble at times where he's bounced in and then just depth, too much depth, and then
Right.
now he's either getting caught with the left hand on the way in or he's getting caught on the way out, and then he has to kind of try to recalibrate his feet.
Mm-hmm.
But the optics, the optics didn't favor Nakatani at all, especially if the judges they prefer aggression, the guy coming forward, looking like he's making the fight. It doesn't matter who's being more efficient at that point, because if you land in one or two more shots or three more shots and you're just a little bit more efficient than the other guy, but he's constantly appearing to be making the fight, then it
Mm-hmm.
don't matter. And another thing that I like that Junto did too was he kept stepping over to his right, and
Right.
he didn't allow Monster to get off on that angle. Because one thing Monster loves to do, he loves to go to his left. Like
Mm-hmm.
when he's fighting well, he's moving to his left. When he's unsure of himself, he's moving to his left. I got a bunch of clips. I gotta send them to you. But the
Mm-hmm.
MJ fight in particular, I was noticing a particular pattern where it's like whenever he got uncomfortable, and he ain't like the position, he pulls
Right.
straight out in the back line and then he'll jog to his left, and then reset,
Mm-hmm.
come right back to the center of the ring. And
Right.
I think that's part of why his offense struggled a little bit today, anyway. Because
Yeah.
very seldom did we see him throwing in combinations. And another point that you made that I thought was excellent. I do think that Nakatani's the better combination puncher
Mm-hmm.
considerably, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
considerably because I believe with him, he's got the ability to
Reach.
throw the same combination on either side. Like if you
Absolutely.
if you see if you see Inoue, like his preferred combination is the 1-2-3. He gonna shoot the jab right hand and he gonna put the left hook behind it.
Right.
Nakatani could throw a he could throw a jab uppercut, like a lead hand, then throw his rear hand, and he can invert it too. Like you'll see him throw his backhand first and then put an uppercut behind it on the lead side. And then he could even double up and triple up. He can go high, low. He can
Mm-hmm.
punch on the move. So
Yeah. He's good at that.
he
Not a lot of
is.
people is good at punching on the move. Nakatani can do it. He can do it. For example, what's the name was trying to do it in the fight right before it. The guy Takai. His ass was getting clipped. I ain't like his movement. Nakatani impressed me with the way he handled himself overall through the course of the 12 rounds. We nitpick here or there, but I just do think going forward, we could have made a world of difference. And him being a bit busier, like you said, because either that creates an opening early where we know monsters are susceptible to getting caught or dropped early, or you put yourself in a better position to control rounds, right? I think it's hard to create in the minds of the judges that you're the one winning if you backing off. There's just something with the optics. I guess they look at it like, yeah, you ain't making the fight.
Yep.
But man, he started coming forward, and I'm like, yes, put them things together. He had Monster just like shelling up, and man, there
Yeah,
was
he
some
did.
points in there. Did he look like his legs was a little tired? Like,
Nah, he did, bro. And shit, in the
yeah,
middle
yo.
rounds, like when Junto strung them like 3 rounds together, when it was like 8, 9, 10,
Yeah,
Monster was looking a little ragged, man. Mouth was
he
open.
was. He must have caught a second wind or something, bro. I'm
I
telling you.
believe he did. And then
Somebody
also I
said in the
feel like
chat, like, yo, his legs
that
is
cut
gone.
that cut probably inspired him a little bit too.
Yeah,
Saw
yeah,
red and was like, okay,
right, right.
put a little chink in his armor.
Because that is the most inefficient fight I've seen from Monster. Like I think
I've
it's safe
never
to
seen
say
him miss that much.
he struggled cutting that distance. He struggled. That shit was not easy to do. That 3-inch height advantage. I don't know how long he had in the reach, but he looked like I would think he got the reach advantage too.
And Junto fights like it as well too.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have to agree with you 1000% about putting him on the back foot a little bit more. So it's like even if you're
Mm-hmm.
not landing, once again the optics. And I
Yep.
gotta add something else to your point, bro, which is you know what the old saying is: you gotta beat the champ to beat the champ.
Bro, I said that before you got in here. My guy, I
You
promise you,
got
I said that same shit.
so even if you are boxing well, they're not gonna give
Right.
you points for just boxing well.
Right.
It gotta look a certain
Decisive.
way.
It gotta be
Yeah.
decisive, clean. Like, okay, yeah, he won that. It can't be no toss up because none of them rounds gonna favor you.
Hell no. Because that's
They
how I
love to
felt
see
about
it.
like the first 4 rounds, honestly. I felt like they were all kind of like swing rounds.
Mm-hmm.
The first leg of the fight to me felt like one long swing round.
Man,
Because
it did.
you could say like, okay, Inoue, he's applying pressure. He looks like he's making the fight, but he was so damn inefficient that I can't even necessarily say like, okay, he's doing what he normally does to people.
Because he wasn't. He was coming forward and inching forward like he do to people, but without the same level and success that he typically has. Like I noticed that. I'm like, you have your work cut out for you too, because Nakatani was prepared in a sense, like to he wasn't about to get ran up out of there like everybody else. Like this fight, I wouldn't be mad about a rematch. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be mad about it. Not I know it ain't gonna happen, but I wouldn't even be mad about it simply because how he approached it and he made for sure that you ain't about to make a meme out of me. You're not about to just take this shit and run with it. You're not about to just be putting hands, feet, fingers, and toes all over me. It's not happening. Nakatani wasn't B. He got hit with some couple clean shots, and he'll bounce right back in there. I'm like, okay, I like it, but
Yeah. As
when he
somebody
was,
pointed out, he got caught with a nice clean little uppercut that stiffened him up for a second, but then
mm-hmm,
he was right back at it like nothing happened. And that's
like
another thing I liked about him
yo,
too. When he did get caught, he didn't really cower. He
facts,
didn't
facts.
show any weakness.
None. None though. Like he showed no like weakness. Like his poker face was on point. Like he took them shots. And he was like, all right, cool, you got me. Now I gotta get back in it. And I noticed some of the times something that I like to see that he was doing was just reacting after giving up a shot. He put himself in position to be able to get it back. And I'm like, that's what you gotta do. You can't. I noticed that too. He kind of slowed the consistency
Yes,
by
yes.
miles in this fight. Like he
That's
Monster,
what I texted the homie, man, as the fight was going on. I promise you, bro. I was like,
Mhm.
yo, I love that he's answering right away. I gotta see what I said to him exactly.
Right,
I said he's
right.
doing a good job of pushing Inoue back in spots and also answering to prevent any sustained momentum.
Yes.
Because like every time Inoue looked like he was about to start putting them together, he's
Mm-hmm.
coming back with a shot. Because
Yep.
generally, yo, we just seen it with Ramon Cardenas. Remember, Cardenas dropped him early, but then once he started putting hands on him, he started getting his rhythm together.
Yeah.
He was letting them joints go in like
Yeah.
fours and fives.
Mm-hmm.
It never got to that point today with Junto. It was like
Nah.
one or two at a time, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like, this dude don't fight like that. I know you. I watched you, bro. You be putting them things together. That's how he be getting the knockouts. He can punch, but he be putting them shits together. He be putting hands on you. And I'm just like, that's what was missing from the performance, right? I like the little moments where he was pressing forward and getting that jab off like that. And it was battling with the feet for a minute. It was a lot going on in there, man. Hey, what you think about his stance, man? Somebody had mentioned it in the chat, and I noticed it watching him. His Junto got a bit of a wide stance too.
He
Like it makes it
does.
a little hard to, exit or get up out of there. You know what I mean? You got that wide ass stance in there, and he in there. But anyway, can get like that a little bit too. Heavy on the front foot,
He
but you
does
just
get
got to be
heavy.
ready for it.
Yeah. Uh, I think it suits Junto better because he's got the length.
Mm-hmm.
So in spots we seen, and I think that's also part of the reason why it was difficult for Nwaya to close the gap because he couldn't get past that front foot. And I believe it was Teach who was in the chat that
Mm-hmm.
he kept mentioning that he was very adamant about that, and I can't help but agree.
Yeah.
But the thing with Junto that I think somewhat offsets whatever lack of mobility linearly
Mm-hmm.
in that wide stance. Like he may not move as quick as Inoue on a straight line,
Mm-hmm.
But that wide stance, just the way that he's able to get the fuck off the line, like he pivots, steps over,
Right.
like he's always moving perpetually. Like very seldom do you just see him moving, just pulling straight back out. He
Yeah.
don't really do that too much. You
Yeah.
throw a couple shots at him, he's pivoting. Throw a couple
Right.
more shots, he's pivoting. So he's able to keep his front foot in a place where he's able to apply pressure and sustain a presence. But then he's also far enough to where he can see what's coming at him.
Right.
So he's staying in proximity. But most guys, when they have that wide stance, it's not the best thing because eventually it catch up with them. Like what's
Mm-hmm.
name had a wide stance. Andre Berto.
Yeah.
Berto's stance was so damn wide.
Flat foot too,
Flat
man.
footed, yeah. But
Mhm.
but Nakatani be moving.
Yeah, he do. He got some spring in his legs.
He
He definitely
does.
do.
He's got really
He's.
educated feet.
I gotta give him better. I underestimated him defensively. I did. I did. I think I did. I do that from time to time. I think I underestimated him. He fought like a prepared individual. Like yeah, I'm telling you, man, nobody had that kind of trouble. Monster don't have that kind of trouble landing on nobody. Definitely swinging in the
But it's
air.
the recency
He ain't
though, you
missed
know what
it.
I mean? And this is something that as supporters of the sport, man, it could be extremely easy to get caught up in the recency, right? Like we seen him in there with Sebastian Hernandez, and you like, damn, if this dude is able to locate you like this, what is anyway about to do?
Right.
Then we get reminded when we see the fight play out, like, okay, he don't fight like how Hernandez fight. Because Hernandez was on a straight up crash dummy mission.
Right.
Like he was just coming forward, hands up, not even jabbing. He didn't care about
Right.
what Junto was throwing. He was getting tagged like rounds. I rewatched this fight. I have Junto winning like rounds 1 through 6, just based
Mm-hmm.
off of just peppering him, tagging him. But that man was so undeterred, and that's how he generally fights too. If you seen this fight that he had with the dude that just fought on Zuffa a couple weeks ago, Hovanesian, it was the same way. Hovanesian
Right.
got off to an auspicious start. He was boxing, moving, and then Hernandez just stayed at it. And he was like, I don't give a damn about your jab. I don't care about what you throwing. I don't give a damn about your feints, your traps. He's one of them dudes where you just gotta beat his ass. Cause he's not gonna stop coming. He don't care about none of that boxing, bro.
Right. Right.
He
Right.
don't care about none of it.
Right. Shout out to Rosary Creole. Yeah, I think it come out on a mission. And Sensaki, yeah, he don't know nothing about no defense. Jordan was good. The rematch wouldn't be bad. Poi was good with it. Yeah, man. Monster definitely respected what was coming back at him. And where did Junto go from here? Right back to the drawing board and right back. You know what I mean? He lost to one of the best fighters, the number 2 pound for pound best fighter in the world. He get right back. I don't care if they give him another opportunity. He get right back. He fought well. He fought damn well. Like
He
that.
did.
That's the kind of guy that that's the kind of fight where even when you lose, you like, yo, I want to see him again, and he definitely deserves another opportunity. Ain't no way you bench him, put him on the sideline, do nothing weird. They don't penalize him, not get him right back in there. Facts like they was doing Pitbull. Y'all was giving him opportunities. Lamont Roach is a guy that has stumbled and tripped over into multiple opportunities as well, and I'm happy for him. So yeah, man, hell yeah. Let them let that man grow, get back in there, man. But it was a good fight though, it really was, man.
I
I
thought
wonder.
so as well.
Mm-hmm.
Tactically, it was what I expected. But as I shared with y'all, I did think that the pace was going to pick up a little bit. But I'm
Right?
not mad at the pace not picking up because it showed that both of those guys were in there thinking and they were aware of what was across from them.
Yeah,
They
man.
were extremely aware of that because, bro, we done seen. Yo, remember the rematch that Monster had with Nonito down there? And he
Mm-hmm.
pressed him out, just blitzed him, got him up
Yeah, he
out of there
did.
quick,
Yeah,
quick.
he did him
And,
bad.
and Nonito got a nice punch on him too,
He do. Broke
particularly
his
that
jaw
left
in the
hook.
first, well, his orbital in the first one.
He broke his orbital in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But in the rematch, he ain't. It was short term memory. You would never thought
Yeah.
that what
You would
happened
have
to him in
never
the
knew
first
they
one.
fought before. You would have never knew they had a fight. By seeing that second one, we like, damn, you sure you fought him? did you fight him ever? Like that shit was night and day.
No
Anyway,
respect.
get that shit again.
Oh my goodness.
And I wonder. would Junto approach it the same way? A rematch, like, man, I know he got to feel like I respected him a little too much. Yeah, digging his ass, like, cause he don't expect nobody to go after him. He don't expect that. He got an arrogance and cockiness about him that I can respect though, cause he's a proven fighter, right? So I get it on both ends, whether it's the arrogance or the cockiness, I get it. But he got that, and I feel like the right kind of fighter, can make that shit work against him. Get what I'm saying? That dude used to having his way,
Yep.
being the boss. I think it kind of shake things up when he not. You know what I'm saying? He said anyway fast. Yeah, he fast.
He is. He certainly is. I think Junto is probably a little bit faster than he expected as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and better possibly, because
Oh
he's
no,
man,
certainly better.
that's
I
out
think
one.
Junto gave a great account of his boxing acumen
Right,
today because I think a lot of people thought that it was going to be a complete mismatch, like it was going to just be a blowout.
right.
Inoue was going to be out there doing whatever the hell he wanted to do, but
Mm-hmm.
like as we've already discussed, it felt more like Junto left more on the table than Inoue did. Like you said, when he
Yeah,
rewatched that fight and he sees certain moments where, he caught him with a little shot or when he was letting his hands go in combination, like, damn,
right.
I could touch him when I wanted to.
Yeah,
Why was
but
I sitting back trying to set a trap the whole time? And
mm-hmm.
sometimes just bring it to him. And I was thinking something similar too about Inoue's personality, right? Like when you see
Mm-hmm.
them in the back, Junto is smiling. They like Goku and Vegeta to me. You know what I mean?
They are. They
Like
are. They are.
Inoue is stone faced, bro. He's like a damn like an anime antagonist.
Nah, that's a
And
fact, bro.
and Junto is smiling. He just looks so happy to be there. But you see how happy he looked when Bud came in the back to go,
Yeah,
shake his hand.
yeah, yeah. Real recognize real. Bug got fans.
His
Bug got fans.
his entrance was relatively mild compared to Monster. Monster had a damn a violin section up there.
Yeah,
Then the shit switched. It went black. Then he had flames going everywhere. He walking through the smoke. He stopping on the stage. You got somebody playing electric guitars, flames everywhere. Like, bro
yeah,
is like
yeah.
next level anime antagonist.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. School and was good with it, man.
And we know about the story when the VADA testing was going on. Remember that? He was pissed off that they was coming to his training camp. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
decline the testing, but he was like basically on some like, who the hell y'all think
Yeah,
y'all
who
are? Who
y'all
do y'all
think
think I'm
y'all
not?
is? You know who I am? He hit him with one of them. Do y'all know who I am? I'm the monster. He said, yeah, yeah. You the monster, but still got piss in his cup. We don't care who you are. We don't care if you sell out the Tokyo Dome, bro. We'll give it that. Go ahead. Get this PP in this cup, man. Monster catch an attitude on them boys, man. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button, man. We called the fights earlier, man. Did a 3 hour build. We right back. We gonna cook today, and then we gonna more than likely be back for the main of for the main fights tonight. The Sordo Benavidez, man. It's a full day of boxing for us, man. But yeah, man, fun to watch. They definitely show their skills. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. I anticipated a bit more drama or action or fisticuffs, but like seeing it play out, you could understand what both guys was looking to do and try to avoid the other guy from being able to do, right? So because they was trying to both figure it out, especially early. Like Monster was very respectful. You know what I'm saying? Very. He wasn't as
Uncharacteristically
right,
respectful.
right,
It's like, damn,
right.
like I was like, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, Monster about to try to step to him right now, and it didn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. Then I'm like, all right, Monster finally about to step to him right now. Then it didn't happen. But optically, it did look like he was the one trying to make the fight just based on positioning, and
right,
he was a little bit more active, but we weren't seeing no combinations, nothing. It was just like jab, jab,
right.
jab. I'm like, Monster don't fight like this.
Nah, hell no. One shot, one shot, two shots. One shot, one shot, two shots. I was like,
Hey,
yo,
hey, what's up, Josh?
what's good with it, family? How you feeling?
Doing all right. Can I give my take on it real
Man,
quick?
absolutely, fam. Absolutely.
And then, so my take on it, it was a decent fight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you saw the skill level. I felt that Nakatani kind of respected Monster a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of what kept him a little bit hesitant to just really go for the kill. In moments he did, it was great success.
Right.
I think the headbutt kind of influenced the fight, in Monster's way a bit because I think in the earlier rounds, definitely Monster was like what the gentleman is saying. Like I felt like he was being a little bit more active.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too crazy, but definitely more active.
Right.
But Nakatani, what I love from Nakatani though was when he applied that pressure, when his coach told him to do some inside work,
Mm-hmm.
man, it was starting to look a little ugly, man. There was some moments where I was like, whoa, I was
A
like,
little rough for
whoa.
Monster in there, didn't it?
Yeah, it was looking a little bit rough.
A
And
little rough for his ass.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought the headbutt was the major part that just kind of just put Nakatani a little bit back, because then he
Yeah.
stopped being so confident with
Yeah.
coming in and doing that inside work and
Uh-huh.
and all of
Let it
that.
do
So
that to you. Right.
yeah, Monster definitely won the fight. But it's not leaps and bounds to me. It wasn't something that was just overwhelmingly like, oh wow. It was just it looked like a step above a sparring match to a degree, and it's just only because of their skill level. That's
Yeah.
all, in my
Yeah.
opinion. In my opinion,
Nah, I listen. I was saying it too. I was like, man, I don't know, man. I would, cause we just talking shit. About it. Like, hey, man, what's going on? I said, yo, this starting to look like like some bad choreography, man. Like, look, and we just talking, cause I love the fight. I ain't shitting on, but we just having fun talking, man. I'm looking like, bro, are y'all missing on purpose? But then I'm like, reality sink in. It's like, nah, y'all ain't gonna do that. Not no fight. But I just think I bring it back to the respect that both had for each other. It was very mutual, very early. But like my brother Ann McQueen said, very uncharacteristic, like
yes,
for
yes.
Monster, man. Monster knew Nakatani had some hot shit. He knew it.
Oh
He
yeah,
knew it.
yeah,
He
yeah.
knew
Me personally, I think it was more uncharacteristic of Inoue than Nakatani, if anything, because I kind of expect it, but it is what it is. I think Inoue felt that power and that counter punching from Nakatani
it.
is
Right.
something serious. It's something serious.
Yeah.
Inoue, he understood he had to play it very safe,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of fight that he fought. He wasn't gonna take too many chances because that counter
Right.
punching was crazy, and he missed. And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta give anyway some props on just his ability to evade some stuff that just missed him. You know what I mean? Like some counters that just missed him. So you know,
Right.
all
Right.
props to Anyway
Nah,
on it.
right. Shout out to Joe Farley. That's a great point, bro. It was two high level counter punches, right? But you know what? I think the dynamic, and I'm gonna keep going back to it because I really believe it could have changed something. Now, look, I gotta acknowledge the fact that with risk, there's reward, but the risk is there's pros and cons. But I think, yeah, he, maybe if Nakatani would have went sooner or pressed on it just a bit sooner, maybe he could
Agreed.
run into something. But tonight he was very defensively sound. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't. Not that I rated his defense bad, but I remember saying he got hit a lot to me. I've seen him, and you know what? That's because of like, real recognize real fighters be knowing who they in there with. Certain guys like he don't. That is the most like controlled fight I seen from Nakatani to me. Like he really wasn't going for no, you ain't about to beat my ass type deal. This ain't, yeah, I know you the monster, but you not about to just steamroll me in here. It's not
I
happening.
agree.
He
I
wasn't
agree.
going. I'm like, I was very impressed with his defense and his
But
ability to not get beat up early. That was
But I'm
impressive.
gonna be real with you though. But anyway, made it difficult though because all those feints and that's kind of difficult, man. To kind of have to calculate all that and keep the time. I mean, he wasn't making it easy, bro. Like all that feigning, up down. I mean, he was doing so much different variations of movements. before he even threw a punch. I'm like, I was like, I asked myself, how's Nakatani going to handle this? Because I know Nakatani wanted to go in, but you started to see some success in the later rounds because I think anyway got a little tired. And I think that's where you start to see the success. And that inside game is where I saw Nakatani having that success. So yeah, man. But I think Bam. I think Bam though. I think Bam gets anyway, in my opinion, though. To be honest, um, that's what I'm looking forward to.
I think it's a possibility. Hell, I think even him and I think Inoue and Shushu would actually be a decent fight.
That's a great point, Jordan.
I know
Mm-hmm.
folks would say like the experience and all this other stuff, and Shushu needs to do X, Y, Z. But if I'm just looking at the measurables
Application.
and the attributes and
Uh-huh.
what
You should
Shushu is
get
good
to
at and
it.
what both of them are good at, I think it would actually be a better fight than most would assume.
Right. I think the only area for me overall that would concern me with Shushu, and I may tell me how y'all feel defensively. Think he might need to shore up a little bit in that area. Like make for sure that like you got to be able to take those big moments away from Monster. Credit to Junto, because that's what he did. He took those, those momentum built moments where you just like you get to it, you start pouring it on. He didn't allow none of that to happen. Remember, we was talking about it here. Even when he gave up a shot, he'll put himself in position and get it back, and he'll react like where he wasn't allowing Monster's confidence to become arrogance. That's what I see with a lot of his fights. He gets so confident after a while, punching on people, that he just start like styling on you and they get
Good
wild. I
point.
don't think he
Good
could
point.
afford to do that against Junto. He made sure of it. He
No,
kept
he
him in
wasn't.
check.
Very good point.
See, but the other
Anyway,
part too, I think Shushu's defense is solid. I just think the thing with him is you just got to add a role to his defense. Because if you look at him, a lot of
absolutely,
times he just slips to the right, and then when he
absolutely,
slips to the right, he'll be able to evade like the left hand, but then he might get caught with the right hand, like we seen versus Castro. But the one thing I will say about
right.
Shushu is he does have that ability to thread the needle, and I believe that's
So,
also what was keeping Monster honest. Like you said, he was coming right back with something, so he didn't allow him to sustain the momentum. Like once
exactly.
Monster tried to let something go, something was coming right back. And
Mm-hmm.
Shushu is sharp enough of a counterpuncher.
Right.
And the other thing too is we don't know what the hell Monster's power would look like at 126. I think that
For sure.
122 might be the plateau because if we seen his last three fights, they've gone to a decision. Prior to
Yeah,
this, he was
yo.
smoking shit left and right.
Yeah, man. I think the competition level has, I don't want to say it
Good,
increased, but it's very
good point.
respectable as well. But that's
Good
a
point.
great point. The knockout slowed down. And
Good
going to
point.
126, Shushu got some long arms. That shit, he ain't no 5'5". He ain't super tall, but he ain't 5'5". He got height and reach.
He's about a good 5'8", 5'9" for sure.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
around there. He's wiry to be at like 126.
Yo, I'm telling you. Anyway, because he said it, and he said that's his. I think that's his last weight class. I think it's 26. Said that was
Yeah,
going
that's
to
what
be
he
the last
said.
one for them. Not no 30, none of that. 126. He said
I think it's a combination of the competition because MJ is a very, very good fighter.
he
We
is.
just seen Junto as a hell of a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Even Cardenas is a pretty good fighter in his own right. Even though anyway got the knockout against him, but yeah. So he's been in there with some tough guys. Alan Picasso is decent, but
Yeah.
here's the other part too,
Then he
and this
break
is
his
this is
back.
why I use the word plateau in particular.
Which
Inoue started his career at 108,
absolutely
so it was like
turn weight.
right. So it's like
Turn weight.
how far is that power going to carry with him? It's like even if he still
Yeah.
got some pop on him because he's a very very sharp puncher. Like technically he's very crisp.
Yeah,
His
he
punches
is.
are like
And
crisp,
he's
bro.
he's very confident, bro. Like I love a fighter that when they throw a punch, they commit to it. Like they don't half-ass it. Like you ever watch somebody and you see them like be halfway, they not fully committing to their shot, so they falling short. Like he's confident that when I throw this shit, it's gonna land. So he put, you know what I mean? He commits to his shots and his punch placement is spot on. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
glad we ain't hearing no hand wrap controversy or none of that. We just got to see a good fight. A little underwhelming early, but it picked up, and I could respect you know, why we didn't see so much action, because I understood what both guys was doing. And look, one wrong move, all it take is one. Either of those dudes,
Exactly.
both of those dudes, one punch guys. Nakatani got what, one of the knockouts of the year against one of the
Against
Maloney.
Maloney.
My
Yeah.
God,
So
why
it's
would he
like
do
neither
that?
guy wanted to be on the wrong side of a highlight reel. So
Exactly, and I knew it, and I'm like, okay, let me not be like I'm being too critical. Nah, I see the talent, I see the skill level, I see what both of y'all are doing. Y'all both
but
defensively
what do
responsible.
you always say, Just? Even the guys who can punch don't like being punched.
Nope.
You think these guys like getting hit in the face? That should be cracking me up when you be saying that. You
That's a
think these
fact. I'm
dudes like to
telling
get
you.
hit?
Yo, I almost lost my mind one day. I was on a panel and somebody told me Tank like getting hit. I was like, yo, like I can't even explain to you how upset it made me for some, because they believed it. They said it like they really believed it. I was like, yo, there's no way you believe that. Yo, and this is why I always say to people when they come in here talking about somebody can't punch, I think right off the bat, you never been punched in your face before, or even with a boxing glove. If you know, if you grew up in a neighborhood where people had gloves in their house, and you'll get the gloves and come outside, go to the field and tell me any time that you got punched in the face in real life and you was like, yeah, nah, that's pillow fisted. Hell no. You fighting somebody like your side, unless you fighting a straight like weakling or something like that. But you fighting somebody like the skills and talent is comparable, bro. That other, I don't care how hard Monster punching, he ain't trying to get punched back. You seen him fighting tonight. He was very like respectful, like even more than I've ever seen him. And he was mad inefficient. Nakatani's defensive, I think, approach, it took a lot of the play away from Inoue and the success that he typically has against everybody else. Damn near everybody else. Like at some point, even if the fight don't start off fast, it's gonna pick up, and then it's the monster show. That never happened tonight. And I think I gotta give a ton of credit to Junto. Like
Hell yeah.
you really gotta walk out of there with more fans. Y'all fans gotta like each other. And like, you know what I mean? Each fighter. You know what I'm saying? NUA fans love Junto and vice versa, bro. There's no way you walked away not appreciating what you seen. There's no way.
And I gotta give Inoue his props on this note.
Mm-hmm.
When he seen that it was going to be difficult for him to do what he typically does, I like the fact that he didn't force it. Like he
True.
did just enough
True.
to be in control and to just bank the rounds.
Right.
He did just enough. Like he didn't hang himself out to dry because he knew for damn sure he wasn't trying to have another Luis Neri or
Mm-hmm.
Ramon Cardenas situation. Because with Junto, that same punch that landed on Monster in those two fights respectively, that's
Mm-hmm.
the shot that he knocked Maloney out with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slipping off to
Yeah.
the right, overhand left.
Hey, what about some of them right hands that he was getting in there? Particularly that one that came around the glove. He clipped Monster. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, that
yo.
right hook is nasty.
I was like, he feeling that shit. He was ripping a
That was
couple
nasty.
3-4 punch combinations. I'm like, yes, he don't like this. He not used to nobody fighting with the same confidence and or a bit of a sprinkle of arrogance as him. He not used to that because
And
he
to
used to
that
being able
point,
to
man,
team his guy at some point. He couldn't do that to young
when
Junior tonight.
when Junto was getting off, did you notice that like in between rounds how frequently Monster was touching gloves with him at the end?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Mad respectful.
Mad
Mad
respectful,
Yeah.
respectful.
dapping him up after every
Right,
round.
right. When do he do that? Monster look at you like, man, get your ass to your corner, man. The hell you doing? I'm about to come out here and beat your ass. Like he approached it a different way with other people. So I get it. He was damn sure tapping gloves like a mother. He like, yeah, man. It's a part of them that it's a gentleman about them. Like they was being gentlemen too at first till a couple punches landed. Stop being gentlemen in here. Like we get it, y'all respectful, but
I
you can
agree.
be absolutely disrespectful in this ring to each other right now. He said
I
that's his
agree.
boy. I get it. But that's another reason why I say if that is the case, like they're cool, that's why I'm not really a fan of people that are cool fighting, because it's always
Correct. I
going to be
agree.
like speculation if they really gave it 110%. And look, I'm just speculating, I'm just for conversation purposes. For a second, early on with the action being what it was, until I kind of caught on to what I was watching, I was feeling like I'm not trying to really, not saying that y'all playing, but it's like, all right, it felt like friendly. It felt friendly for a second, like very
I'll
respectful. And then
I'll,
it,
I'll give I'll give you an example, right?
mhm,
It didn't come across like the Terrence Crawford Madrimov fight.
mm,
In that fight, you could tell they weren't friends, but you can tell that they respected each other. But you could tell it was a high level chess match.
mhm,
Like, and it was because of that the action was what it was. In
right.
this particular fight, there was moments where I have to agree, like it just seemed like way too much respect. You know what I mean? I personally didn't like that, but the respect thing, I mean, touching gloves after each round, but I'm like, what are you touching gloves for? You didn't do much. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because there
That's how you
wasn't
know
much happening. You know what I
that
mean?
Nakatani, he earned Inoue's respect. He earned it. He knew it. He knew he was in there with another real when he's like, why you ain't going? All right, touch his glove. All right, good shit, young man.
Yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah, it was hella respect, but not in a bad sense. Like, I get it, bro. And if you really cool with somebody, I don't care what nobody say. That's not somebody you want to hurt. I don't care. Yeah, I get it. It's money on the line until you get punched. It's one of them situations. Oh shit, did you just punch me? Oh, I gotta get that back. And that's what was happening. It's like you see Monster slowly inching, he'll get something off. Then Junto be like, oh nah, I gotta get that back. And then as we got past the slow, I guess half of the fight, then it picked up some. And somebody said it, I always have it on mute for copyright purposes. I always got the TV muted, but somebody mentioned that I think somebody in the chat just mentioned that the coach was telling Nakatani about some inside work or something like
Yeah.
that.
I said that. Yeah. The
That was you.
coach.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got into
Yeah.
it. He did. And
Yeah. It
that
was
changed
crazy.
things. It
It
changed like
changed things.
the pace, like it was more favoring Nakatani. I'm like, all right, now you're being first, you're being the boss if you allowed, and that's how you will never beat Inoue, allow him to be first and be the boss. I promise you, you will not beat him. You will not beat him like that. His confidence will continue to grow, and that's gonna be bad for you. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I got a lot of respect for these two dudes tonight, man, or this morning, should I say. They really went out there in front of all of those people, and they had the YouTube world jumping, man. We always up calling the fights. Little ass monster, he way over there in Tokyo Dome, 55,000 out there, sold out event, man. Had Bud Crawford out there and everything, sitting next to Turkey. We're gonna talk about that too, because Turkey made some comments, but I wanted to make sure I get his fight as proper just due, man. They put on, and little it started slow, but it's cool, because when you high level guys, nobody trying to make a mistake, and boxing is a sport of inches, right? One little mistake, and that could be it for you. You know what I'm saying? Respect, because your opponent a real one, right? That's why I always say real recognize real. So I just want to make sure, like, my message that I'm putting out in regards to this fight is a positive one, right? I'm not knocking it, but I just wish that if every other fight played out like this, they would keep that same energy. I'll say that. I don't want to make it American versus them. I just wish the entire boxing community would share that same kind of sentiment, despite it being a monster. Because it's like with him, people are able to see it for what it is, and it's like we know it's just a number of different fighters, over here that if they had that kind of showing, they just wouldn't get the proper just due, and people would be looking for reasons to knock it. So I'm glad they're not doing that with this fight. I feel like that's what's wrong with boxing too. Like, these dudes go out there and give it everything they got. The least we could do is appreciate it and support it, right? Without trashing it, because nobody deserves to be trashed tonight. And I just wish that we had that same energy collectively when we watch boxing, man, because when you in there with a real one, you're gonna behave a certain way, and that's all that is as dominant as Monster been, he's still human. He's very human. And he's smart as hell as well. So, you know what I'm saying? I respected his approach, man. Anyway, in his face. It was on Nakatani get aggressive. Yeah. I don't know if you heard me. That's one of my honest critiques or constructive criticism for Nakatani. He started a bit too late, far as being the boss and being the guy that's coming forward and trying to be the aggressor in spots. Cause it's like you want to pick your poison with Monster, right? Cause he's dangerous, period. The whole time he's up. But I do think he could have mixed it up a bit better in spots. Right? I do. I know it. I noticed this fear that you might get caught, but better. So what they say, what you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So there you go. It's one of them like where they clearly was on each other's level. And that's why I like those kind of fights where two guys is highly successful. They just do nothing but win. And people think, they pick who they feel like gonna win, but then both guys end up raising each other's level in the night, and we get to see like a chess match. That's what you got to see. Usually, his chess matches be more surgical. You know what I'm saying? Monster, but not tonight. Not tonight. Or not this morning. Punches in and some blood. Nah, they got it in, man. They got it in. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. That was high level boxing, and I just hope we could learn to appreciate more decision victories, right? See, people, look at all them knockouts between them two, undefeated knockout artists, and they boxed. It was a chess match. Because when you're in there with a real one that's raising his level while you raising yours, sometimes the knockout don't come. And then when that doesn't happen, what are you left with? Get what I'm saying? That's your skills. Shit like that. So, man, I just hope, the next time we see a KO guy going there or a boxing match, we learn to appreciate it the same way. You know what I'm saying? But any wrong move tonight, either of them guys could have put the other one down. But respect to Junto, man, because his punches looked a bit more damaging. I'm not gonna lie. Man, especially when you start putting them combinations together. I seen Monster just shelling up. Then the legs looked a little like, a little fatigued. And, I don't think you'll ever catch Monster gassed. But you can see, I think those early moments were so tense for both guys that
The nerves got to him. Yeah, you see
and
that happen
wait,
sometimes with
Ever
guys. They get
Queen,
wound up, man.
right? Who was pressing? Who was pressing early? You get what I'm saying? It happened to be
And as the
like,
brother that was up here was alluded to, all of the movement before a punch was thrown, like feint, and level change, and that's exerting a lot of energy, being wary of what may come back, even when something doesn't come back, tensing up, and then it's a whole lot, man. And I agree, Shaw, for real, for real. When it's like that, when these guys are like 1A, 1B, sometimes the fights aren't exciting because these guys are so vigilant about what's coming back at them. It's one thing if they're completely on opposite ends of the spectrum from a boxing perspective, but both of them dudes can box and both of them dudes can punch, and both of those guys know what they typically do to other people. And if you do it to somebody else, and you got to know that there's a possibility that can happen to you too. So
mm-hmm.
I don't knock either guy for the way that they fought
Nah,
at all.
because it wasn't scary business. It was respectful. It was cautious. It was defensively responsible. And a lot of times we ask for those qualities or somebody to show those traits in the fight. And when they do it, we complaining. So nah, I ain't have to see no knockout. I enjoyed a good boxing match from two high level boxers. You know what I'm saying? KO guys. But the good thing with them, they can box with their KO power. So
Exactly.
they're really genuine good fighters, both of them. And
And this is why I
Junto,
think it's important to be open minded too, right? Because
mhm,
the expectations will get us too. We're
right,
expecting the fight to play out a certain way, and then when it doesn't, then automatically we think that that's indicative of the quality of the fight. Like I thought it
right,
was a quality boxing match. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't a war, but I thought
right.
it was quality to see. All right, both of these guys are in there thinking. Both of these guys are trying to figure it out. They're trying to get the range right. They're trying to get the timing right. They're trying to get the punch selection right. They out there being
Mm-hmm.
defensive. They moving. They're trying to see if they can find any little chink. I'm a
Right.
faint, and it's not always exciting. But to me,
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it's like if you open minded, it can be pretty intriguing to see how these guys go about trying to accomplish their goal.
Right. Right. Big difference than Shakur fighting. Always cautious. Yeah,
Always,
I think I
always,
think he's
Creo.
just always defensively sound. I don't think he's
Yeah,
overly
I
cautious.
wouldn't go.
He just smart. Really, like that's what I got. I get it. Just being that good defensively. I think it would be a crime for him not to make sure that every single fight, that's something that you know about him. That's what makes me appreciate his style so much, right? Because he can't be tricked out of it. He know what's best for him in the ring, regardless of what a fan is saying, right? He gonna go out there and do what's best for him to get the win. That's what I like, right? Definitely a defensive first guy. He ain't stupid. He's smart, man. He gonna go out there and he get it. The less I allow you to connect, I'm gonna completely take the play away from you. And we gonna get into that a little later in the show too, because I got a Teofimo Lopez interview that I'm gonna react to. Dude sound like he mentally a little. And I think with Tio, he's always known to sound a bit loopy, but he really sound like I don't know, man. Is he passing the buck? Did you make peace with the loss or did you accept it? Because I feel like when you accept it, you could process it, know what you did wrong, possibly, and try to get better. But if you passing the buck, like if you just now waiting to, kind of blame it on your father, it's a little strange. Yeah, he got them brittle hands. Shout out to Mon George. My dog, appreciate you. Yeah, this is the second live, y'all. So make sure y'all hit that like button and sub to the channel. Support the build. We just put the 3 hours in with Monster and them. I couldn't do the whole card because I woke up too late. But we right back because I couldn't go to sleep. So we gonna cook here for a while. And then we gonna come back later on. Benavidez and Zorro, Yeah, you know what I think too, real quick to that
Nope.
comment. I don't argue against stuff like that. I think anytime you use your hands that often, you get everybody ain't gonna be the same. And with him, you know, he was telling a story once, and he was talking about how he, just didn't used to wrap his hands and be, hitting the bag and doing exercises and shit without his hands being wrapped. So it's a chance he could have caused some of that damage to his hands on his own. Like I know I was bad at punching shit. Like I messed my hand up a lot. I never broke it, but I got a knuckle. Like I'm left-handed, right? So my left hand, like my middle finger, my knuckle on the middle finger is like abnormally big from constantly punching shit. Like it's swelling, and then one day it just never, it never went back to the regular size ever.
You probably got some bone spurs or something like that.
It don't
Like
look
chip some
crazy,
bones on the.
right? It don't look super crazy, but you could clearly see that it's the bigger one out of the two. Punching shit, punching through walls, punching dashboards. I got enough of that. My ass hit the 4-0. I punched the dashboard one time too many with on a funny angle. Boom, hit the dashboard. Now my wrist been sore for weeks, y'all. Hey, Creole, my shit's brittle too, fam. Punching shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I'm like, why my wrist like this? I'm like, why my wrist sore? I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. Like, and then I had to think, I'm like, oh shit, that's when I hit the dashboard, pissed off, like boom. And my technique was off. Now I see how fighters be hurting themselves. I see it. I promise you I do. But I was like, damn, wrist been hurting for weeks. Shit been sore for weeks. Shit been sore. He said Coraz brittle, but they're not rushing to fight him. Yeah, they ain't doing it.
Nope.
Ain't doing. He said punches gonna walk Core down. They ain't gonna be cautious. I think like whoever these punchers are, like, all right, Tank ain't gonna walk him down. I don't think so. If they fall, I don't think Tank just walks him down. I think he's too good to just walk him down like that. I think he'll have to set a trap another way. And one of the reasons again why I feel confident in that, you heard Richardson Hitchens talking about they sparring, right? And yeah, I said after Core got hit with that shot, he looked like, damn, that's 8 ounces of blood, no headgear. Like, could you take another one of them? Like he said he felt like that. He said that. He said Core took that shirt off and that shit turned into a chess match. He said from that point on, he said Tank knew he couldn't walk him down. You had to box. and that's why I got a lot of faith in Corey, because he has this ability that people overlook because it might not be the most aesthetically pleasing to the eye. But I think the more you understand him or what his style, I think the more you could appreciate it. He knows how to turn your best attributes off. Like, you get me? He like PSE&G. He gonna turn your shit off, bro. Your water ain't gonna be working. Lights ain't gonna be coming on. Like, shit gonna be wild out there. He does that consistently
But as
every
far
fight.
as Tank is concerned, and I think Tank is a terrific boxer, both of them are, but
Yes.
to the whole walk down thing, how many fights have we seen Tank just walk people down? The only one that I could really think about for real, is maybe Frank Martin. When he's against Rolly, he was on the back foot a majority of the
Right.
fight.
Right.
Against Pedraza, he was on the back foot a majority of the fight. There were some moments where they fought on the inside, and
Mm-hmm.
then when he hurt him, then he pressed him.
Mm-hmm.
But prior to that, he wasn't just pressing him out against
Mm-hmm.
Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
He wasn't just pressing him out.
Right.
So just like the idea that because he has power, that like the power alone is gonna afford him the ability to just walk him down. Tank
Mm-hmm.
don't even really walk people down like that for real.
No. He do that in spots, and
In spots.
like you'll see it, attention to detail, the press, and kind of like turn it up. Like, Calvin will tell him and he'll do it. Cause he's so damn smart. You know why I like Tank so much? Because he's not like, I don't care what nobody say. I never thought he felt in love with his power. I never thought and he never was the type that, oh, just because I punch hard, I can go in here and not do. And don't get me wrong, he had a performance or two where it's like, all right, Tank, but he still won knockout. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, he's always kept his skills sharp and up to par, and his approach to the fights
Yep.
is always on point. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I just think with Lamont,
He
sometimes
make them he
they're
make them
arrogant.
bitches count for the most part. Like Reef
Yeah,
said, he's efficiently low. Like Tank is
right.
Mr. Economical.
Yeah.
That what's the name? That damn Ryan, that round two, that was so impressive to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
See
it
now, when
was.
if it's somebody like Shakur, you would cook him for only throwing 6 punches in a round. You be like, what
Hell
the hell is he
yeah, I
doing?
would. I'd be over here
That's
with a
that's
lump in my
that's what
throat like,
people
man,
do
what's
though. Like,
going
oh, he
on?
don't let his hands going off. He's too cautious. Tank threw 6 punches in round two versus Ryan. He landed three of them. One of them sat him on his ass though. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
again, he
you're
was
right,
baiting him to
Creole. I'm
throw
with
that left hook so he could
you.
counter
Mhm.
him.
Right. I'm with you, Creole. Bet on the decision. They boxers. Tank could put you out, and he could box. Shakur drop you. Like, he get knockdowns. Every few fights, he kind of got it. He been keeping par with like the KO ratio or getting the knockout every so often and stuff
He's
like that.
yeah,
But
he's like a shade under 50%. He's like around like
right,
40 something,
right. I
close to
don't.
50. So the power ain't pillow fisted.
Right. I'm
I
not
don't feel
looking.
like he's super risk averse either, because this is when I have to ask people, how many
Mm-hmm.
of his fights have you actually seen, or was it just the narrative that came as a byproduct of the Edwin De Los Santos fight?
Yeah.
Because if you look at some of these other performances, like against Jesse Rosales,
Mm-hmm.
when Shakur was like 11-0, Jesse
I know
Rosales
what
was
you're
like
talking
twenty-two
about.
and one,
I know what you're talking
beat
about.
the dog shit out of that man, stopped him to the body. Felix Caraballo with a hurt hand stopped him
Right.
to the body.
Stopped him to the body. Facts. That was a nice one too. That was a
Dropped
nice
Nakatila
body shot.
twice, even
Yep.
though he supposedly ran that whole fight and was terribly, what I mean, just petrified of the power. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that what's my man's name? Damn, Simplify. Jamel
Right.
Herring got a
Jamel.
stoppage versus
Mm-hmm.
him. Remember, what's his name was fresh off a stoppage of the other Nakatani,
Yeah.
the quote unquote hibachi chef.
Yeah.
That
Right.
same dude was giving Loma some work. That
Yeah.
was a 12-round decision for Loma. And he
Yeah, it
had
was.
Teofimo talking about, I don't want to fight no more tall fighters after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
The hibachi
Right.
chef smoked him in like 6 rounds, bro.
Yeah, he did.
And
Six.
then
Shakur goes out there and get dude out there about
and then
six,
he stopped
maybe
him.
about six. Yeah, I was at that one too. I enjoyed that one. I still remember he had his fire ass. I love those trunks for that fight. I'm big on trunks and stuff. That's why I don't like the Zoo fight I did. But
So the point that I'm making is I don't think that Shakur is incredibly risk averse, but it
mm-hmm,
goes back to something that you said about an hour ago, bro.
mm-hmm,
These guys know who's who. When
yeah,
Shakur guy got a guy in front of him, no disrespect to Josh Padley,
mm-hmm,
but when you got a guy like Josh Padley in front of him, He knows, okay, I can afford to take more chances. I'm gonna turn it up with him.
Right. Right.
Jamel Herring's a good boxer, but Jamel Herring, what is his KO ratio?
Right. Damn. I don't even know.
Probably around like the 40s or something like
Yeah,
that.
something similar. Jonathan
It
was
ain't
good on him.
horrible, but it's like, yo, I could afford to be taking more chances offensively. I could let my hands run a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that to me, that's smart. Knowing who you in there with,
Right.
knowing what you can do and what you can't do. And we
Yeah.
just seen it this morning.
Yeah.
Yo, Monster Inoue, he was out there. What did he do to TJ Doheny?
Broke his back.
Tim Bradley
That
had me
shit was
dying with that
wild.
shit. When he hit him with the body shot, he said he broke it. He said, "Oh, Tess, he broke his back." Pressed him out and beat him up.
And then yeah, if you see any of my, I feel I'm with you, Creo. We on the same page. Man, I'm telling you, you see any of monster knockouts, now you'll understand why Junto was smart about it. He was like, yeah,
Right,
I'm not about to be no mean,
right.
man. Not in front of this 55K. Junto said, I'll be damned, bro. Matter of fact, we about to fight. Josh, you should make the EMP Shakur t-shirts. I gotta get Cord back up here, bro. I've been saying it for long enough now. Shout
And
out to Creo.
conversely, we seen that Monster was not trying to walk into no traps either. He was like, "Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just throw this little jab out here and look busy and bank these rounds and
Mm-hmm.
not take too many crazy chances."
Mm-hmm.
Because in the back half of that fight, leading up to that headbutt, it was looking a little shaky in there for Inoue.
Shout out
I
to
ain't
my
gonna
guy
lie.
for the gift.
I got
Appreciate
it on the
it.
laptop right now. He was putting them joints together
Mm-hmm.
in like 8 and 9, 7, 8, 9. Junto was putting them together.
Hell yeah. Because that's when he stepped it up. I said, oh, he coming forward. He acting diffy. I said, he putting combinations together. I said, bro, acting up. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Junto.
another good offensive performance for Core for the people who like action. Go
Mhm.
rewatch the fight that he had with Robson Conceição.
Oh, man. That's one of my favorite fights. I was there that night, too.
Shit, he did everything but get the stoppage. He was in there
Bro. And you know
beating him
what?
like a drum.
Being there, like I always say to y'all, let you know what was really going on in there. Like maybe on TV, it's just like, all right, yeah, he just winning the rounds. And no, them doctors was on his ass. They was coming in there and checking on him, man. He had like 3 people in his face every time he sat down. I was like saying to my girl, they about to stop it. But nah, dude, you know, he made sure he gave the right kind of body language and whatever response needed because it didn't happen. But yeah, he got the body work was phenomenal in that fight.
Oh yeah.
Body work was crazy. He was tearing his body up, picking him apart. One thing
Robson
I would
tough
like to
as
see him do
shit though.
more, combinations to the body, because he's a really underrated body puncher. He really is.
I agree.
Underrated body puncher.
That's why I mentioned the Felix Caraballo fight. He stopped him to the body, stopped Padley to the body. I think he stopped Jesse Rosales to the body too.
Man,
I
Creo,
think
you
he
my
should do it
dog
more too.
always. You know it.
You seen that the moment that he had in the Teofimo fight? He caught Teofimo Lopez with that body punch,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and Teo damn it looked like his glove touched the
Yeah, he
mat.
touched the ground. That was EMP
Poor let
core.
that
He was
joint rip, bro, like right to the
hands on his
body,
ass.
folded him to the body. And
Right.
I was like low key, if Core would have took that approach a little bit more, I think he could have broke Teo down.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he could have.
energy.
I think he could have just kept chipping away at him.
Right. Right. I think so. I think so. I think is just his natural approach to things stops him from going, you know, that extra mile. Because you've seen it. Like I've seen it. I've seen it in the Artem fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I definitely say I was like, bro, stop following him, man, and stop trying to land one shot. What are you doing? You're not no one punch knockout artist, but I get it. You know what I mean? Artem did get on the good foot, and I said this as an honest criticism to Shakur. He's not a front foot dominant guy like that. I don't think. Well, I ain't gonna say that. He doesn't have to go get his guy the way he had to go get Artem. Like I've never seen no fight really where somebody trying to get away. So I think that his approach wasn't the cleanest with that. Like that's an area where you could say, all right, that could use some work. You could work there, right? Cutting off the ring, being where he trying to go, and being in position to let the right shots go when you get there. Just like Ward and Bud was telling him in the back.
Yeah.
So, but when it's like those are the critiques, you in good shape. That when it's
Hell
shit
yeah,
like
that's champagne problems, right? Where it's like, oh, you could have possibly got a TKO instead of a
that. Hmm.
12 zip or 11-1 or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, he do. Cause I really don't. I like when people say he don't like to get hit. No, he don't. He don't. He said he already let you know, bro. I'm not in here for you to be punching on. If you think I'm about to go in here so you could punch on me, you got me up. He said it already. Like, nah, the goal is to punch on you and you not be able to hit me. So yeah, he do have a tendency. I just think that's naturally embedded in him to be a more safety first guy. Cause you ain't trying to like I could live with it because just it'll be just his luck the fight where you try to press it and something don't go in your favor. Everything you've done before that point means absolutely nothing. I want people to know something. Like certain fighters, they can't lose at all. He one of them, bro. You see what happened when a close fight, not even a close fight, a bad performance, if you want to call it. You see how they rode him for years. They still bring that shit up now. He had multiple fights since then. You get what I'm saying? So it's like certain guys can't lose. Keyshawn, because of the way he
Nope.
talk and the way people feel about him already, because of who he cool with, dudes like that, they can't lose. But he would have lost to Canelo. Nothing he did before Canelo would have mattered. People would have downplayed. Look, I told you he wasn't that good. So it's like when the bar set like that, I'd rather you always go out there doing 100% you, because that's what got you to this point, and that's why I appreciate it. Because he like, regardless of who complaining, you could boo, you could walk out, you could leave, bro. I'm here to win, and that's what he always tell. I like when he be on it like that. Don't oversell it. Nah, I'm coming to win. Whatever I need to do, I'm going out there to do that, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna win. So I like.
Absolutely, mine, yours. I agree with that 1000%. And the one thing that I really like about Shakur is that he understands how to win rounds. You got a lot of guys that are really sound technically. They can throw this punch, they go to throw that punch. They're fast, they're
Right.
elusive, they got power, all that good stuff, but they don't manage fights.
True.
Shakur can Shakur can slow the fight down to a crawl if need
That
be.
shit crazy.
And it'll be the most tedious thing. Like feint, change the position, walk over
Right.
here. Feint, walk over here. Land a jab. Then the other guy's looking like, what the hell are we doing? Like, are we fighting? Like, what are we doing? Like, he really understands boxing inside and out. And it's not always the most exciting thing, but I gotta say, me personally, I do find it to be quite remarkable that you can take a guy who's generally aggressive. Like we seen Edward De Los Santos with Rayo. That shit was a
Yeah.
firefight, bro. Them dudes was in there throwing
Yeah.
bombs. People forget, like Edwin got dropped
Yeah.
in that fight. Damn, they got
Yeah.
knocked out trying to press
Hmm.
Rayo like that.
And then you heard him, you thought you had him more hurt than you did, and you got hurt, and that shit changed.
Right.
Core
Right.
got the Core
And
got the
then
meanest ice grill in the game.
in the fight before that, the fight that he had with Joseph Adorno, he was in there letting his
Yeah,
hands
he
go on
was.
Adorno.
Yeah, he was.
Then Core went in there and bro, I counted like the first 4 or 5 rounds. He probably only threw his left hand about 3 times in about 5 rounds. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing to keep this dude so
Hmm.
apprehensive? To keep him from just walking through the front door and trying to
Right.
press him out. And then when I rewatched it, I was just paying attention to his
Yeah.
lead foot and just how he was using them foot. I used this analogy before. Core was like a dude who got into an issue with somebody on the streets
Right.
and he pump fake with his phone like it was the thing, you know what I mean? Like it was the
Right.
gun, like gripping up under his shirt, like but he bluffing the whole
Hmm.
time. And he bluffed his way through that
Right.
fight to a decision. I think that's super duper impressive to take a guy that's normally super duper
Hmm.
active and make him cut his output.
Right.
Even Williams Zepeda to a large degree, bro. I seen Williams Zepeda throw 1,500 punches versus
Yeah,
JoJo
that shit is
Diaz.
wild, bro.
Shakur got him to slash 600 off that. He only threw 900 versus
Hmm.
Shakur.
Hmm. Shit just did. And you know what makes it impressive? The fact that he was in front of him so much and he still didn't get off with nowhere near as much as he normally do. Shit is crazy. So I tell you, he do a lot of stuff that don't jump off at you, but if you know what you're watching, you know you watching one of the most skilled fighters in the world. Like all that narrative bullshit aside, you like, man, that shit right there is different. And now they telling you who got the #1 most accurate jab in boxing. Oh nah, he tearing them numbers. He's tearing them numbers up, bro. We got the plus minus on Smash. He got combination percentage on Smash. He got the most accurate jab in boxing on Smash, bro. And didn't I tell y'all? What team? I'm gonna mess with Team Hanos another day. Hey man, Nakatani couldn't handle that speed. I think he could. I just think the respect for Monster and not starting a bit sooner OT is what cost him. But nah, Monster was fast. But Junto, you notice some of them shots that was landing. He got some sneaky good timing. And you know how to use his attributes, you know what I'm saying, when needed. Going up, folks want to be entertained. Who gonna pay for 12-round decisions? Shit, we just seen one. Creo, we just seen 55,000 people just watch the 12-round decision. 21,000 people or more, or over 20K just watched Shakur and Teo to a decision, sold out. Highest attendance in MSG. I don't even think that's a coincidence at all. They already know going into that fight, Shakur is not a knockout guy. They already said he wasn't knocking Teo out, right? He ain't knocked Teo, beat him, he ain't knocking him out. So think about it. People watch 12-round decisions all the time, bro. Reality, I don't know the numbers, but you probably see way more decisions in boxing than you do knockouts. I don't know what the numbers is on that, but I could just guess because there's so many times where you have a whole card, you probably have one knockout. You know what I'm saying? So
especially on the world level.
I think decisions, like in today's boxing, the value of a decision is not the same. And that's why I appreciated this one today, because it came from 2 KO artists. And I dare somebody to say either one of them fought scared or they can't really punch or some weird shit. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's not that. But it just goes to show you the higher the level, the less likely to knock out. That's why you see it. I mean, especially if you're in there with a guy that's not a KO guy and you the KO artist and he the defensive wizard. Bro, you could tell you, he know your only chance really to beat him is knocking him out. It's not gonna really happen. I'm telling you, most people, you get in the ring with that man right there, and that's your best chance of winning a knockout. He probably gonna do everything in his power to take that away from you.
That was something that I was thinking about a couple of minutes ago when Creo said something about punchers not gonna be too cautious. Here's the other part, right? Like this ain't no video game where guys you could turn the sliders down and you got infinite stamina. If you out there for 4 or 5 rounds, damn near shadow boxing by yourself because you can't touch the man, who the hell wants to be that wasteful?
Right.
And then if you don't know what he's gonna do and he's gonna poke and prod and just point you to death, you don't want to miss. And then also these guys who've been in the ring with him said that his power is respectable.
Boxing, Dave, Shakur, etc. Yeah, it was high level shit. That's why I'm extremely appreciative of the performance, because it was 55,000 people watching a decision at the highest level, and they appreciated it. And that's why I say over there, we need to take a page out of their book. You see how they appreciated their people? They bowing to the loser, shaking his hand on the way out. We'd be ready to trash him, throw shit at him. Like, boo, we be booing our fighters on the way out. Somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. Do you think it makes sense to boo somebody when they lose? I never understood the point of booing. If it's like when it's our peak, I never understood it. I get it. Like you like this team or that person or that fighter. You would never, it got to be like some bullshit for me to like really start booing. I just don't. I feel like that's one of the most disrespectful things you could do, bro. Somebody out there putting their life on the line, you booing, but then you get your silly ass in there and probably get sparked in seconds. But you want this world-class athlete to go crash out for your entertainment. That's the part about boxing that's become like lame. Like we try to force, like it's like if this was basketball, we try to force LeBron to be Steph Curry. And then we want Steph Curry to be Ant Edwards, right? And so on and so forth. That's how we do. Like, people be really thinking they cooking when they say that a pure boxer doesn't get knockouts. And then it don't be true because it'll be at the time or a fight before we just got a knockout. So it's like we in boxing, we want, all right, we get it. You good. Your defense is good. You don't get hit. You know, this and that. Nah, but we want to see you but not you got to knock people out now because we paid for this. Bro, he's a boxer. Like, bro, boxing. And he doing that shit at the highest level. So I'll be confused to the hate that any boxer get when you doing that shit at the highest level. I used to be confused about Floyd hate. I saying he Floyd. Same thing with Crawford. Like, think about it. Crawford gave you both. If it wasn't a decision, it was a knockout. And look how they still do him to this day.
He had more
You
knockouts than
get me?
decisions. Bud got like a
You get me?
78%
And
KO
then people
ratio.
still
It's
trash
high
him.
as hell.
Somebody was this morning talking about Bud, going in about Bud. You know what I'm saying? Going in about Bud. And I'm like, that's our problem right there. We like, Victor Conte, this and that. He was a snack. I don't like snack fighters. That's our problem. You think anybody from anywhere else would say that? There's Mikey Garcia, Mexican, right? You think Mexican fans is talking about they don't like him because he on snap? We be the only idiots. We start the wrong kind of trends, bro. We start hateful trends. We come up and create reasons to hate our own. I swear I hate it, bro.
Yeah, well, that's just across the board, man. Because you see how it is, even with entertainment. You see somebody become really successful, and you just got to swear up and down that that they associated with the Illuminati.
I'm bad like
if they
that.
had a family member who passed away, it was a sacrifice.
I'm bad like that, and I ain't gonna hold you. Not every time, though. Not every time, but the shit that's
it's going to
like
trickle over to
to me,
sports.
like where it's like too many coincidences, and you know it ain't that many coincidences in the world. But I ain't gonna do it every single time. I get it. Yeah, everybody.
Somebody had to sacrifice Granny.
Care.
You know what I mean, to get that
But
bag.
it's just a conversation. Like, notice, I don't disagree. I ain't saying you say nothing wrong. It's all good, you know. But I think people pay for decisions all the time. Like you need to.
Well, here's the thing about paying for fights. You don't know what the hell you paying for until you get it. There's going to be some fights that you anticipate being just barn burners. Man, these dudes about to go out there and throw everything but the kitchen sink. Then it turned out to be a lot more cagey, a lot more tactical, a lot more technical than expected. Then there's going to be those other moments where you have high-level guys in there or even mid-tier guys, and it's like, damn, that's a much better fight than I expected it to be.
Matters,
You
absolutely.
don't know what the hell you're going to get sometimes.
But you
and
know
that's what boxing is. You're basically paying for a mixed bag.
Right. Yeah, you are. And I think it's the most imperfect sport in every sport known to man. I really do. It's so imperfect. It's so flawed. It's so drama-filled, right? But we love it. And it's still beautiful. Once you dig past all that, you like, man, you see it for what it is. Like, what I'm saying is this. I respect that everybody want to be entertained. Shit, I do too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be bored in my seat, about to fall asleep and nothing like that for something I just paid for. But I know that, you know, anytime you paying for entertainment, that it might not be exactly what you felt like you paid for. You ever went to, how many times we went to a movie and you go to the movie and it's like, that shit, the trailer was good, but the movie was trash. Like we've all probably experienced that on a number of different occasions, right? Do that mean you stop permanently going to the movies, right? Because you caught a couple bad ones? Nah, you just keep going. And that's what it is with boxing. Right. I think sometimes like people will go into a fight, right, knowing what a guy's tendencies is. And then when they see him doing exactly what he's shown you he can do, what he's proven to do over the years, because he's dominant at it, you'll be like, nah, he was supposed to stop. He got to do it like this. Nah, man, he ain't got to do but what he's been showing you that he do. And it's like we'll still ask him to be somebody else. Or when a fighter loses in boxing, we done with him. But we'll watch LeBron and the Lakers lose all season long and be right there next year talking about how they're going to win. You get what I'm saying? You will see your team get swept in the playoffs, or better yet, don't even make it for years. You'll show up every year talking about how y'all going to win and you'll be a fan. But we don't have the same energy for the fighters. And dig this. This is the kicker. Those other sports, they playing them. I get it, they real life, but they playing them. You can't play boxing. And that's the most, like, we be the most overly critical of one of the hardest things I think there is to do in life is fight. Tell me I'm lying. Go type anywhere a fight and watch it on YouTube and see how nobody can fight around the world. You can watch it anywhere. How wild people be. Like, bro, seeing these dudes do it at this level and being that consistent, knowing that if I watch this shit in the street, I'm not gonna be nowhere near as entertained because they ain't got none of the tools, they ain't got the stamina, they ain't in shape, right? You know what I'm saying? You go watch a damn fight on YouTube, you be like, man, this shit, man, look at this. They swinging wild. Then you go watch a master at work. You go watch it. Even a shit, like, think about it. Look at Boots Ennis. Highly entertaining, but he get criticized for getting hit too much. Look at Terrence Crawford. He giving you knockouts, and when he don't knock you out, he beating your ass convincingly more than you've been beating your career. But guess what? People still talking about Snack. They reduce him to Snack and attribute all his success to Snack. I'm telling you, yo. But so it's not really, to me, it's like, know what you're getting yourself into with boxing. All right, don't go watch a pure boxer and be like, yeah, he better get a knockout. Like, you just playing yourself at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's different strokes for different folks, and it's okay. For me, I've learned how to appreciate both, right? Before that, I ever watched the Shakur, I was watching Floyd box the shit out of people, decision after decision after decision after decision. And I loved every last one of them, beating ass. So it's like, I learned to really appreciate what a high-level boxer looked like. Like, before it was a Shakur, Floyd was my guy. Man, you couldn't tell me shit. And I didn't think nobody was beating him. Nobody. And I end up being right. I don't know about now. He come back. I don't know nothing about that. But I knew it. Like, at that time. And that dude, like, they used to be like, yo, he's so boring. He this. And I'm like, bro, I don't see it. I'm never bored watching Floyd. Never. Because I think it's something like real, like, entertaining for me about a guy making you miss a lot. Like, I really like it because it's hard to do, because it's a very, very small percentage of people that can do that at that level with that kind of consistency, despite whoever they're in front of. That's a special individual. Some people are offensively gifted and special. Some are defensively, as well as having really good offense. I think Shakur is one of them. So that's all. And you ain't gonna be like, ah, shit. But with me, I've literally watched him. Like, it was a sequence when I was at the Artem fight watching. I'm sitting in my seat, and it was like Artem was like trying to get a combination in. He didn't land shit. I'm like, yo, I'm sitting here laughing, looking at my girl like, yo, did you just see him throw all them punches and didn't land shit? And he was right in front of him. I'm like, that to me is entertainment for me. Like, watching my guy beat you up and you can't do nothing about it, and I'm watching your confidence dwindle round after round. That shit is impressive. Watching Tank Davis set a trap, lure you into some shit and turn your lights out, like PSNG, just cut your electric and everything off, lights, gas, everything. That shit is fun. You get what I'm saying? Watching Floyd pull counters, knocking people head back repeatedly, doing pull counters multiple times in a fight. That shit is fun. I love it. And you can't do nothing about it. Man, that shit is fun. So I get it. I get it. I love entertainment too, bro. I do. But I'm a student to the point where I've even learned to enjoy black and white boxing, bro. If you would have asked me when I first started this channel, like, you seen this fight, black and white, I'd be like, bro, I'm not watching that shit. Until one day I found myself itching like a junkie, wanting to really watch boxing, and I didn't want to watch anything that I seen before. Man, I'm in here watching black and white for hours. I'm like, bro, I never in my life thought I would enjoy watching boxing in black and white. So I just learned to appreciate this shit. And the reason for it is, from my vantage point, like, I got a cousin that did it. You know, he came up with Shakur. They was both trying to go to the Olympics at the same time, back to Rio 2016, I think that was. But I know how hard it is. Like, this dude picked up boxing, like, as far as turning pro, late. And you think Tank small? My cousin, like 5'2". 5'2", he fighting Glenn DeZern at like 126 when the dude could still be making 108. You get what I'm saying? This is this is shit that when you, man, and I swear to this day, I even be willing to get a copyright if I could find that damn fight. His fight with Glenn DeZern. Man, I want everybody to see that shit. I'm telling you, that dude was big on fight night. He probably was like, I think my oldest brother told me, like, after the fight, he asked Glenn coaches, like, how big was he? I think he said like 145, 146. He was down there a welterweight. My cousin is 5'2". He could make 108, where Inoue came from, or 112 or something like that. Get what I'm saying? Like, light as hell, but he fought that dude at a heavier weight, dude rehydrated heavy, and man, they went to war. Man, they went to war. That was an entertaining fight. It was on Showbox before Showtime stepped out. He got the fight on Showbox a couple times, man. I know how hard that is. So for me, it makes me my appreciation grows for boxing as the years go. You get what I'm saying? Like I just try to understand it as much as I could. And the more I understand it, the more I like it, right? Don't get me wrong, I hate boring fights. I think boring for me is, bad techniques, sloppy fights. You might be landing shots, but the technique is lacking, the fundamentals and skill.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. You just gave me a flashback, bro. That damn OJ Bam versus Skylar
yeah,
Lacey. When they went over the top rope on the Clarissa Shields
right.
undercard, that was one of the worst fights I ever seen.
Man, I forgot what fight had
And
me
and
pissed off.
generally,
Oh,
I'm not hard to please neither as a boxing fan. Like I don't need
shout out
every
to my
you know what I'm
dog. It's
saying.
all
Like,
good, Creole. Hey, you ain't saying nothing wrong. I'm just
I'm
kicking it
super
with you,
duper
bro.
low
You ain't saying
maintenance
nothing
with
wrong.
boxing.
You ain't saying nothing wrong,
I watch them to anybody, but that fight right there, bro, I couldn't wait for that fight to be over.
bro. Right.
I
For
couldn't wait
me,
for it to
man,
be over. I was
for
so
me,
glad.
mine's was Baranchik and Navarrete. Bro, I was pissed off. They was throwing, whiffing, no punches landed, getting tangled up. I was like, man, who authorized this shit? Did the matchmakers suck?
I didn't like it the night it happened. The night it happened, I said these dudes look drunk as hell. But
I
on the
didn't give it a
rewatch,
rewatch
because I
so bad.
rewatched
And
it.
I couldn't do it.
The reason why I rewatched it is because Keyshawn was going to be
Yeah,
fighting him.
right.
So I rewatched it, and I was like, damn, like, and I even watched this fight that he had with Anthony Yiggett and a couple of other people, Dennis Baranchik. Dennis Baranchik can
Right.
go.
He could.
His footwork, what was giving Navarrete
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
trouble. Because he was just pivoting around him,
Mm-hmm.
smothering him, throwing little shots on the
Mm-hmm.
inside, like just being rough with him. I was like, okay.
Sure.
He didn't try to box him from range. He stayed
Mm-hmm.
close and stayed right there on top of the power and smothered it the whole
Right. He
night.
had his ass.
So it was nasty as hell. It was ugly. It was an
It
ugly
was.
fight, but I thought it was a tactically brilliant
You
fight.
know what? I
And
really trust your eye. Like I'm telling you, I know you do the homework. You because you said that. Now I would be interested in going and giving it a second look. But the first time calling it, yo, I never in my life wanted a fight to be over that bad. Like it got to the point
yeah,
that
it was
it
ugly
wasn't
live.
for the
Ugh.
respect that I got for my people that come through. I would have really, I never considered ending a live stream before the fight was over. That one, that one was doing it. I was like, bro, I do not want to watch this no more. They to me. I was like, yo, they styles do
He was
not
doing some
mesh.
sneaky shit though, man.
That's-
He was doing some sneaky stuff. Like he would step on Navarrete's foot when he would pivot. He would step on his foot
See, that's the
intentionally
junkie in you, man.
and
You going back watching
keep him
people.
in place and then throw an overhand
Nobody
left. I was
catch
like,
the shit
oh,
that you
okay.
catch the way you catch it, bro. Trust me. And I know this since I've been talking to you. So that's why I said I'll go back and give it a second thought because I wouldn't even give it the benefit of the doubt to say it was like feet being stepped on. I'm just like, this was an ugly fight. And I kept just saying, like, it's not that dudes are bums or nothing. You know, I don't use that word anyway when I try to describe any boxer, but I just felt like their styles didn't mesh. Like sometimes, the matchmakers they do it for whatever reason, but it
Yes.
just didn't work out. Like I
Yes.
was like, ew. Like because Navarrete and Valdez wasn't like, hey, bro.
Oh
Yo,
my
man, I
goodness.
don't know if he was here that day. I called that rematch. Yeah, I still got it in my phone somewhere. I had to save the recording. Like I went back in my live and really clipped out the small portion when I was laughing. My boy, like I really play that sometimes, and I laugh all over again at how hard I was laughing that day. I could not believe it what I was watching. I'm like, yo, and it was so unintentional. I wasn't trying to be funny, but I'm like, I'm watching, and I'm like, damn, Averate, man, he going to work on Valdez. Like, ain't nothing.
I was hurt watching that fight. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even a Valdez fan, but I was like, damn, not like this,
Yo,
Valdez. Like it gotta be.
hey, yo, I was laughing for like 2 minutes straight, bro. I was like, yo, like I was crying and I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, yo, imagine doing an 8 to 10 week training camp and not winning a round. And I said something like he getting beat in pillar to post. It was somebody up here with me, and it just made it that much more funny. I think it was Flossie. Man, I was crying, bro. I will pay to laugh that hard every day. I promise you I will. That
Oh
laugh,
my
that shit
goodness,
was
that
like,
fight
oh, I was
though.
like, man.
I couldn't even laugh because I was, and what you just said, bro. That's why I got a lot of respect for
Yeah,
these fighters as
yeah.
well, or even the fighters that come through on short notice, where they come through on 4 or 5 weeks, sometimes even 2 weeks notice.
Pico Facio. I just interviewed him the other day. He took a fight on 3 days' notice. No training, no nothing, and still beat dude. That's crazy. Yeah, Haney and Ramirez pissed me off. That was bad. Bad fight.
It did. I thought that was bad matchmaking, especially in hindsight, because I felt like Ramirez, like yeah, of course the Josh Taylor fight, but if you seen the fight that he had with Rancis Barthélemy, because Rancis was
Mm.
he wasn't as unsettled as Dev was, because Dev was out there looking wound up. Like he
He
was
said he
looking
was hurt watching
like at
him
no
trying
point was he
dirt.
going to set his feet.
I hated it too because I interviewed Norman. I like him, but I like Dave too. So I wasn't too. And you know what? I always felt like B Norm could bounce back. And now we getting a chance to see him bounce back. He's starting his own promotion. He got a new trainer. Him and his dad still cool. I love it. I love it for him, bro. Like one thing about me, I'm gonna let all these fighters know I support you, win, lose, or draw. Made sure I messaged my girl Shadeja. You better not hang your head. Who cares? You lost. All right. Heal up, rest up, come back just like you did before. We don't care. All right.
Yeah, she got to take some time off because she more than likely sustained the injury before she even went in
Man,
the ring. I don't think it was just that night that she just happened to have that brain bleed. She was probably going in there with some type of issue, and that's the other thing too. We don't know what condition these fighters are
he
going in the
said
ring
that.
in, and our dumbasses, the first thing that will say is, "Oh, you making excuses."
Uh-huh.
Now, shit be happening in the training,
Yeah,
bro. It's 8 weeks. You running, you jumping, you getting punched
right,
upside your head.
right.
You probably depriving your body of
Like, look,
hydration. You know what I mean? Try to
that's
make
why I
weight.
played the live that from Mo City, the interview with Hitchens. It's easy to criticize, man. That's easy. But it take a different individual. And I don't want to say it's fake or real, but it take a different individual to try to understand.
Yeah, somebody
That's
who's
why
more mindful. You got to
you
be
get what I'm saying?
mindful.
I always try to, all right, I got my criticisms, but then at the same time, all right, well, let's talk about what really happened. Like we boxing and they almost condition us to not be able to point out what is actually the issue and why a fight may have played out the way it did. Oh, you're making excuses. No, that's the reality. If
Yep.
somebody's coming in with a pre-existing injury and they hampered and they obviously not using it, it's easy to see that, oh, all right, something wrong right there. No, man, that's an excuse. I shouldn't have got in there. Easy to say because you ain't got 7 figures on the line. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That man,
And then not only that, but also other opportunities potentially that could stem
I
from this
watched
one.
my guy call me and update me on this man on the screen health during this training camp, bro. The man, I think one of the youngins caught a bug or something, and this dude was staying in another room. See, I know this stuff because I know my guy be lacing me with the insight. Said this man tried to stay in a whole nother room separate to everybody else so he wouldn't get sick. Say it still didn't work. He still ended up getting sick. Say watching this dude spar, throw up. They like, man, let's stop. That's over for thee. Like, nah, I gotta get this money. You know what I mean? You getting sent to specialists, you know what I'm saying? Your shit all messed up. You got lingering injuries. You got your hand screwed up, your number one weapon. Bob Arum giving you the green light to say pull out. He like, no, I gotta get this
Oh
money.
man. Speaking of being sick, bro, I
A
can't
week
remember
is
which
farm.
fighter it
That shit was
was.
wild. That's why when he got on that scale, he was a little light and he was eating. Nobody never remembered this. Little stuff stick in my mind. I'm like, I remember calling the files like, why the hell he still sitting down?
And he looked noticeably
Yeah, I was like,
sweaty
what is
too.
he
And it
eating?
wasn't like that. It wasn't like that warm up. I'm back there so I don't go out in the
Yeah,
ring cold. He looked like he had the flu
yeah,
type of
yeah,
sweat.
yeah. And they said it. Yeah, my
Like he
guy
was
told me. He
drenched.
said it. He was like, dude got sick. He said one of the youngest caught the bug. He tried to isolate himself and still end up getting sick. So the next time around, and this is what I like about this dude. I love like updates on like what guys is doing. So this time around, he in a whole different joint by himself to make sure that this ain't happening again. I ain't getting sick. I ain't doing nothing. Like, dude really be locked in. That's core. Core I'm talking about. Get sick for a week in training camp. At that point, in sparring, at that point, it's over. Ain't nobody fighting after that. Ain't nobody fighting after that. Look, Hitchens just pulled out the day of because he said he didn't feel good. Just think about that. Shakur went through with it in 12 rounds and bluffed his way to a victory. Swear, that's one of his
Caroline
most
Dubois recently as well.
unaesthetically pleasing, but best victories for so many reasons that people will overlook because he shouldn't have been in there. To be able to beat a guy, neutralize him, stop him from taking chances, have him worried about getting hit with the same fist he said was pillows. It's crazy. Crazy. I think that shit is very impressive. It speaks to your character. You get what I'm saying? And then for him to hit Zay like, man, I'm about to show you how to get a win on the off night. It's crazy. It's crazy telling this girl, like, look, I don't feel good. I got to get this money. That shit was all out there. And he went out there and did that shit. Very impressive, man. That shit is impressive to me.
I'm trying to think of who the fighter was just that Bretman spoke about in the interview. It was one of the fighters that Bretman had under his tutelage, but he was saying how his fighter almost shit on himself in the ring because he had a stomach bug.
That's crazy.
He almost shit on himself during the fight, bro. I can't remember who it was, but Bretman told the story in one of these interviews. It might have been on Fight Hype. It was hilarious.
Oh, man.
I couldn't even
He's stupid. He
imagine,
say he
bro.
looked like he sold his soul to the devil. When I see Shakur sitting down, I immediately thought back to Earl sitting down in the locker room. My bub was hitting the pads, knowing when I thought it was about to go left for court, go to for real. Not for real. And then imagine, y'all, because when certain news don't hit the airwaves, because I'm a Jersey guy, and y'all know who my guy is, I don't want to be the one to break it, because y'all going to just think I'm just saying this shit. So I'm calling the fight like I don't know what's going on, but my guy already laced me, and I'm sitting here. It was so weird. That was the weirdest fight I ever called, because I wanted to just say, man, he hurt, yo. Like, he hurt this wrong, but I know how it would have sounded. And imagine if I would have been the one to come out and say that first. Somebody would be like, oh, you making excuses for him. And still to this day, I have never done that. Get what I'm saying? But I know I've been watching somebody for so long that I know I'm seeing something that ain't right. I'm like, he not good. And he was like 133. It was like, you was a little light. Your ass is throwing up. Light as hell, throwing up your guts. He went out there and pushed and got through it. Respect. On to the next one. Like, I just know so many people that wouldn't be able to get through that situation that way or even go through with it. And you mentally got to be on some different shit to do that. I told y'all, shout out to Behind the Hands TV. I don't know if my guy's still listening. He could be, or maybe not, because he grinding. But I tell you, my guy called me, you know, he's called me on multiple occasions and said, man, I'm tired of telling you, bro, but he ain't normal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to put dude out there, but he was just, put it this way, I just got some insight about some sparring that he was just doing with one of the top guys. And so that shit just not even close. You know what I'm saying? So that shit ain't even close. You know what I mean? Like, dude on another level, man. Or like 65 punches. Yeah. Land similar. It was a masterclass. Mind yours. I told people 70 punches against Brian Norman was a masterclass. 65 punches against De Los Santos was the worst thing we ever seen. The bar is different. And I don't even make no argument about it. The bar is just different. It's cool. You know, but look, while we on this and while I pulled up this picture for a reason, I had it's not a super long interview, but I wanted to make sure we do cover this. Because I did want to talk about this as well. Look, we got a good fight, high-level chess match out of Inoue and Nakatani. I watch those dudes any day of the week, man. You know what I'm saying? First time, the Friday after Edwin fight, just was the only channel not shit. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Jordan. He remember when he came through that. Nah, and look, this is the thing, right? I always tell people this because they'll like, you know, I have people get mad at, you know, my support for the guy that's in my hometown, which is weird to me, but I give everybody the same grace, right? You seen Tank take a knee, go to the corner, get help. I still don't believe the Grease story. I ain't get up here and tear him down. That's whack to me. I'm not doing that. That's corny. That man still went out there and fought 12 rounds. Yeah, we got some questions. Like, we seen some shit happen that made you like scratch your head, but that's not about to make me get online and start talking crazy about it. Like, that shit is weird. I will never do it. It's just not my style. I don't want to be the guy that's, you know, and I hate to keep using his name because people like they ain't gonna reach his level. Most of these guys that try that shit, but I don't like the Stephen A. Smith approach, like tearing into our people. I'm not doing that, and that's why I be confused as why somebody would even come here and expect me to do that. And I say it all the time. The day when if you could find it, any audio of me just tearing down boxing, I swear I will cash at you. I really will. I'm not joking. I really will. You could find it anywhere. I just don't believe that's the way we should cover the sport. Shitting on people. And then, like, I've seen it go bad. Like, guys talk crazy about fighters and then try to interview them or ask questions. Man, that should be going bad. I'm telling you, that's an awkward moment. Y'all ever see that? Go to a fight somewhere, and some of these same people that do YouTube, you'll run into them. You're going to run into them. Some of these people that talk crazy, let them ask the fighter a question, see how the fighter respond. That should get awkward. Let me find this interview for y'all though, man, with Tiho. Man, because I see people doing the videos about it. I meant to cover this a while ago, but I got a little distracted. But it's no better time than now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as long as you listening over here, boxing is gonna always get its just due. I don't care who you is, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't be that guy. You know what I'm saying? What you say about the fighter sitting up just talking crazy all day? He a bum. He's a bitch. He's a this. He's a that. He's a this. He's a that. He's a this. It's like, bro, y'all be doing too much. And I hope if my
there's more to the situation, bro. There's more to all of these situations than guys just simply not wanting to fight or guys being petrified or there's generally something else going on behind the sines.
Right.
You got handlers who got plans. You got a lot of people who have to be in concert with one another for a fight to take place.
Right.
But while we on here, bro, I just seen a little clip of Errol Spence at the press conference.
Right.
Talking about how people expect him to be a shell of himself. But he's coming back new and improved. I can't wait.
I love it. I was going to touch
cut
on
the
that
locks off too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Get them shits out of here, EJ. And I don't care about your hair, but nah, I can't have them shits getting pushed all over the ring, bro. It's the optics. It looks bad. Dread fights, they don't go together unless you braid it down. And even Shock, I'll just watch this fight recently with Kinsei where that braid kept getting in the way. Man, but look, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Schofields too, Rozier. That's the thing. I can't fit everything into my title, but y'all always check my descriptions, bro. I never just talk about what's in the title. It's going to always be 3, 4, 5 topics. It's always going to be that. It's bigger than boxing. Yeah, it's about building this shit up, bro. But look, we're going to talk about the Schofields and the shit that they going through with Oscar Delahoya. I got a little clip from him getting on Canelo ass, saying why he didn't fight or Benavidez. It's a bunch of little stuff we're going to cover. I'm going to try to get up out of here by around 3-hour mark, 3.5 maybe. So let's get to it, though. Shout out to my brother, Ant McQueen. Let's keep building, though. This was a good sit-down, 21 minutes, just so y'all know. He sat down with Carl Froch. Hope they don't, what's the name for this, but I'm going to play it. But this was him talking about the loss and different things, and he said some stuff that made people feel like he ain't probably dealt with the loss or processed it their way. He used to blame people. Look crazy. He had to block Schofield earlier, crying too much. I got blocked by Schofield. I did. I got blocked by Schofield. And you know why? Because he said something about Shakur and Snack. Like I was watching every post and I'm like, damn, this is annoying. And I ain't say nothing on nothing. But the one where he started saying something about Snack and like steroids, that was the one. I was like, bro, this ain't it, bro. You using your son's platform to push false narratives on fighters. I ain't say nothing crazy. And next thing you know, I forget. I went to go talk about him and I went to like type him in and I like couldn't find him nowhere. And then I did it on IG. I was like, oh, I'm blocked. And then recently, a few weeks back, maybe a little longer, I did a live stream and I was talking about the Schofields and Kid Austin commented. Probably was his dad. He commented on my live stream after the show. He put like laughing emojis in the comment. Maybe he was laughing at what I was doing because I was doing the voice that day. I don't know if he heard it, Yeah, bro. Like I see K Austin like put some laughing emojis on my shit. Nah, I know. But you know what's crazy? I pride myself, bro, on moving like how a man is supposed to move, and by that I mean I feel like little kids are overly aggressive for no fake tough guys. Like you overly aggressive. When I reach out or if I go to tag somebody to say something, I'm very respectful because that's how I want you to talk to me. I don't want you talking to me like I'm less than. Shit, I remember one time I almost had a situation with Core. I said something on one of his posts, and it was about Kid Austin. And I was saying like this dude don't want to fight you. I was like something. I was saying Oscar or something. But the way Shakur took it, he probably thought I was coming at him. He was like, "The fuck you talking about?" Something. He said that to me, bro. I went to try to respond like immediately, and he deleted he kind of deleted it. I couldn't respond to him, but in my mind, I know he caught it. Like he must have reread it and realized, like, oh shit, he speaking on my behalf, not against me. And I know that shit get like that because when you getting shitted on all left and right, you just think people talking crazy. I don't play like that. I'm not one of them. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep building. Shout out to everybody rocking out. This is the second live of the day. Hit the like button, support the channel, support the bill. Let's get to this, man.
Fighting with me, Carl Frutch, aka The Cobra, former unified super middleweight world boxing champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer. And I'm delighted to be joined with the main man. I've got to call you the main man. Teofimo Lopez. What a guy. Let's talk about why you're here actually in Sheffield. So we're here for the undisputed boxing game, which is the best boxing game in the business, bar none. Even if you don't like gaming, when you play this boxing game, you'll realise what I'm talking about. And you're here today because they haven't got your movement and your motion. I've already been in the 1,000 cameras and all the sensors and did all the motion and the movement, the head movement. So when people play you, Teofimo, the man, they're not actually playing you because
True brains, roaches out.
Head movement or your hands. So you're here to get wired up, rigged up, and do that. When are you doing that?
I believe tomorrow is what our set go is. Yeah, for the motion.
Talked about the loss and his father.
Yeah, it's good. It's different.
On point.
No,
all
it's not
film verse, my brother.
There, with your pants on. Is he wearing pants or not? Is he naked in it for him? Oh, he's wearing pants. So you'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
You've got to get the Johnson out.
Yeah.
You've got to swing the Johnson. Don't know what Johnson is, does it?
Yeah, no,
I thought that was an American thing.
No, it's an American thing.
I got that off next Friday, you know, the comedy with Ice Cube. Anyway, we won't talk about
I don't like the way Undisputed move.
We're going to talk about your last fight with Shakur Stevenson because it didn't go your way.
A patch. Something.
I was there that night in New York, and I feel like, I'm not just saying it because you're here, I feel like you wasn't yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you boxed Josh Taylor, you looked like you was enjoying it, you was fluid.
And real quick, just to stop you, Carl Froch, I get it, you interviewing, but you know better than me because you're a fighter. Styles make fights. He ain't no fucking Josh Taylor, dude. Josh Taylor was slow, and he just wasn't the same fighter when Teo fought him. Respectfully, it's still a great win for Teo, but Josh Taylor was cooked. Him and Shakur are totally different fighters, man.
Josh Taylor does not use a jab.
You were shot.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Josh Taylor, 5'11", 70-something inch reach. The man in there just winging hooks, bro.
Winging hooks, facts. Captain Hook happy, bro. That shit did not work. Teo styled on his ass and proved me wrong again. Teo needs a new trainer. He said something about bringing somebody else in. Basically, it sounded like he said his dad fighting demons without saying he got to get himself together. He wasn't right, but he's going to talk about it. I'm going to try not to say too much.
And on that night, I mean, I know Shakur Stevenson was really fast, very talented. No disgrace losing to a guy of that sort of talent as well. How did you find it? Did anything go wrong? What's your take on it?
I think I said it like in a post-fight interview. I said like there's no excuses. Anything I say will just not be in my favor. So I think that I think the same thing applies. Something's just majority of it didn't work out. None of it really. And then I think that just not having my coach properly focused, laser focused on the fight, I think that also like aligned with the result of that night. You know, but kudos to Shakur. He came up to 140. You know, and fought the best guy at that weight, which was myself. And we'll see what he does next.
What do you think it was on the night? Do you think it was tactical? Do you think it was the stylistic? He's renowned for his speed. Did anything just stop you in your tracks straight away when you thought this is going to be tricky?
No, I mean there was a lot of illegal things that he was doing, but Ref wasn't allowing. I wasn't really calling on any of it, and I have some history with Harvey Doc, so it's kind of just a game of boxing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Bro, this is the first time we ever heard about him or any type of history with Harvey Doc. This dude is like, I'm telling you, that's when I think fighters get worse. The mentally, bro. It ain't physically, he still could perform, but the things that he decided to say and like what he start to blame it on, Harvey Doc. Imagine a guy talking about doing illegal shit before the fight, complaining about illegal shit being done after the fight. The same dude that was sitting in the face-off or when they sat down and he was talking about doing dirty stuff. Same one. And Shakur was like, bro, you do it, I'm going to dish it out. Something. He basically told him, you do it, I'm going to do it back. Imagine that. All that crying about being dirty is stuff you got to fight Shakur dirty. And he still said the shit after the fact. Well, why didn't you do it when you was in front of him? Talked all that shit, bro. Probably would have crashed. I was getting shot. And Corby talking crazy too. Core talk crazy too. They say he one of the biggest shit talkers. He talking crazy while he cooking you.
Yeah.
When it gets into it. So, things worked the way it did, and I look forward to just moving up to 147 and claiming new divisions. And
Big Mason, what up?
Yeah. Did anything surprise you? I mean, fair play. So you're going to go up at 147 and look for titles there, and it's definitely a weight. I mean, you've filled out just in the time. I know we'll go up a little bit between fights, but
of course,
you're looking like you belong at that weight.
Yeah, it's more so like I think now it's just Shakur is a great standout. I think that he knows how to keep his range, keep his distance. And I think you just got to find a way to make it a fight.
Did anything surprise you with the way he was fighting? Was you in there and think, right, this is like when I fought Andre Ward, I was surprised the fact that he was never there. I couldn't hit him.
Yeah.
His movement and he looks like you can hit him, and then you can't hit him. And I was like, what's going on? I thought I'd at least get going with something, and then there's just here, there, everywhere. Then he was either on my chest on me, holding me in, tied up, or he was out of range and getting me with a jab. And I didn't think he got that sort of reach and the distance, but he's obviously very good. Did he surprise you with anything?
Nothing truly surprised me other than what I did. I just went with the wrong plan. I tried something quick. I didn't just take my time with him. I just tried to rush into this new style that we've been working on. Not the right person to do that with.
No, is his speed stand out for you when you're in?
Style my ass.
And you're like, wow, he's quick, this guy.
No, it's just a bad night for Teofimo. Yeah. No. I think any other night, if I do what I wanted to do, then it'd be a different story.
So if you went back and you could change anything, if you like now I fought him, now do this. You're not going to fight him again now, so you're not giving anything away. But what would you do different?
I wouldn't shift.
Aiming was good, homie.
Shifting that
we grinded second live of the day, man, and we still trying to come back for the fight.
Was
so
the key play for
hit the like button, share the live, and all that.
Even with that shifting, there's other ways around it. Throwing more jabs and moving.
Couldn't go to sleep, so I said, "Hey, man,
way too flat."
And talk some boxing.
Like I didn't have no footwork, and I'm known for my footwork.
Yeah, absolutely. Proper good footwork as well, and reflexes and.
Yeah, it was just
tricky skills.
Bad night. It was just one of those nights. And I think it happens to every person. I mean, I've came up and faced the best of the best 3 times, and this was number 4, and I just came up short.
Yeah.
It happens, though.
Of course it does, absolutely. 28 years old.
Yeah.
I had the cheek to ask him what he's doing next, and he's considering retiring, and didn't realise how young he was. I didn't win a world title until I was 30, but because you've achieved so much, sometimes being retired myself, I think I look at fighters that lose the last fight, and I think, well, he's achieved so much. He's done well financially. Maybe that's the end, but obviously you've got got ambition in the game.
I have a lot of love for the sport.
Yeah.
I think that it's the sport is not done.
Right, Jordan.
Be done even after me, but I think it's while we still have
and Chad, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
He got most accurate jab on him.
Still enjoying it. Still got the desire.
Oh yeah.
Still like the training.
Yeah, and especially things like this, coming here at the headquarters of Undisputed and doing the motion just captures and everything like that we're going to experience. I think that's also another add-on to the excitement.
Absolutely.
Because of it. The achievements that we accomplish and we aim for, Then you come here.
You already
now
know,
you're in a
Damien.
video
We be
game,
trying to
it's
keep
cool.
this grinding.
It's really cool. My son was playing me the other day with his friends.
Yeah,
I walked in and he said, Dad, come and look at this. He went, you've got a cheat code. No one can beat you.
Literally.
I was like, and then I saw myself get flattened by someone like Joe Kawasaki or something. You know what I mean? So it didn't go down very well. But to be involved in a game like this is good. And we can't have the best video game in the business and not have you involved. Do you know what I mean?
You know,
Teofimo Lopez, and we need you to have the proper movements. This is why you're here. We need to know that foot's working right, and when you're slipping and sliding, it's actually you slipping and sliding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was told by Ash. He told me Sonny Edwards was the one that was mimicking Teofimo, and I was like, okay.
He can move though. That kid can move. Yeah, Sonny's a good fighter, good movement. Very
not bad at all.
Very skillful.
That indeed, for sure. And just a true standout, man. And I like the fact that, just seeing how he was able to at least mimic and capture my movements the best he could was pretty impressive on his end.
Yeah, absolutely. He did a good job. So what's next for you then? Some really big fights potentially for you. You're on about coming up to 147 now. Names like Javonte Davis, Devin Haney, they sort of, are you interested in them sort of?
I think so. Why not? I mean, that's part of it, right? I think the whole concept of me coming up with this make boxing great again scheme was...
Yeah. I don't like how he say that, and I got that on my T-shirts. Make boxing
making those fights even more exciting.
Yeah.
That's why we, thanks to Turkey Turkey.
Yeah, that undisputed is not it. I can tell it just by looking at it.
Turkey Al Sheikh.
Turkey Al Sheikh. He butchers my name, so my bad. But even him, just pushing these type of fights and magnitudes of it to make these fights happen, I think that plays a big role. But yeah, I think the likes of me and Haney, Garcia.
Anyone in the UK you're looking at? Dalton Smith, Jack Cattrall.
I'm not gonna lie to you, on everything I love, one of my pet peeves, something that really pissed me off, is somebody mispronouncing my name. There's no way in hell I would have been letting Turkey Al-Sheikh call me Timalifu. There's absolutely no way in the world. I don't give a damn what's going on. I would have corrected. He could have been at the podium. Timalifu. I'm correcting him. Ain't no way you gonna be calling me Timalifu. Bro, what?
Yeah, any of those guys.
Timalifu was diabolical.
Have my UK.
They're undisputed. They just it ain't
one of these fights in my career before I retire.
It'd be great to have you out here. It really would in a big.
They need a part two.
I agree.
Absolutely. A lot of the British fans, if they're not actual hardcore boxing fans, they might not know who you are and what you're about and the fights you've been involved in. I mean, the Lomachenko fight, for example, people won't have seen that. They won't know who Lomachenko is, a lot of people, but trust me when I say this guy here, Teofimo Lopez, a hell of a tactician and the skill set is up there with the best in the world. It really is. And if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I mean? No, definitely, man. You deserve the plaudits because you're.
Theo got the worst wardrobe.
You're nice on the eye to watch.
Swear he can't press.
Smooth.
Every outfit is like
and obviously your last fight against Shakur with the speed, and you wasn't there, and then people look at that and go, "I'm gonna."
Theo dressed like he get all his shit out the lost and found. Like nothing he wear go together. The glasses he wear don't fit his face. Them shits be hanging off. He got a bandana tied. Like I don't know. Who ties their bandana? I know you ain't Pac, but who ties a bandana on their head like that with their ears under it? And then he got this. He got this damn alumni Rams colored, I don't know, soccer jersey. I don't know what the hell this is right here. This man got the worst wardrobe in box. I swear. I've never seen a Teofimo fit that I will wear ever. Like, remember that time? Remember he was fighting Barboza? He slapped the shit out of Barboza that day too. Remember he had the eyeliner on with like the Brokeback Mountain cowboy fit with no shirt on? Tio was out of control. Blaze was good when he said he's dressed like his father. Oh, he get the jersey. He get the jerseys that they be hanging up in the corner store. That's yeah. I gotta chill. Tio sitting up there smelling like cheesesteaks and cold cuts. His bandana sit right above where the cheesesteaks get cooked at. The jersey be hanging up where they be cutting the subs. Oh my God, man. Let me chill. All right, I'm back, man. Hyena East. I put money on Junto. If he versus Bam. I think Bam, I forgot to bring that up, and pardon me, y'all. I think Bam could be the guy to beat Monster. I really do. He really got a gas station fit on. He got like real flea market outfits. Like he went to the thrift store and got that jersey, bro. I was like, the hell? Yeah, he eat bodegas. Yeah, Brokeback Mountain. Nah, go look at that fit, BJ. Remember, man, he had eyeliner on. Remember? He had the eyeliner on. It looked like some shit out of Broke. I was like, what in the Brokeback Mountain cowboy boxer is going on here? All right, my bad. Let me keep.
It's an off night. Yeah, but that's your job now to come back and rebuild.
Everybody loves a comeback story.
Yeah, of course they do. Absolutely.
I love a comeback story.
Add more fire to the, add more fuel to the fire.
Definitely, mate. And you've got time on your side as well.
Yeah.
Well, sticking with the UK, we've had a lot of noise around Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
Yes.
What do you reckon? Are you?
I love the back and forth talk after Tyson's fight against, what was it,
Makhmudov in his last fight. Yeah, it went 12 rounds. He looked like he just took his time, eased into it for the first couple of rounds, and then once he got his rhythm and his distance, I think he wanted to get the 12 rounds in because it's good work for him before potentially fighting AJ.
I agree. I think that was a smart move on his end and his team. And but I did that back and forth.
He definitely shopping. He shot in the lost.
Never really got going though, did it?
Like, I'm sold.
Like, should get in the ring and have a little face off. It'd be nice to see them come this close together, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. As a boxing fan, at the same time, it would have been great to see that. But AJ was like, "I'm the landlord and I'm the boss." And
is he the landlord? Is he the boss?
And that's what he says. And
what do you think? Do you think he is?
I just want them to fight.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. I would just love them to fight. I think
his ass humbled as hell after that loss.
He sent him to fight.
I mean, AJ's going to have he's talking about having a fight.
Don't forget the newspaper, David. Don't forget the newspaper. Probably with a final call.
Yeah, is he undefeated? So, I mean, is Albanian? Listen, I ain't got the guy's name, so apologies for that. But it's been announced literally 2 minutes before we sat down and chatted. So he's going to be having a warm-up fight, which is going to put some distance between his fight and Tyson Fury's fight. That can sometimes be dangerous. But Tyson's obviously just gone 12 rounds with Makhmudov. So do you think it's fair that AJ's having a bit of a steady fight before he jumps back in? Because his last fight was against Fake Paul.
You know, Fake Paul, I like that.
That YouTube guy. So yeah, what do you think? He deserves a warm-up fight, a bit of steady one? Because he fought Fake Paul. Before that, he got splattered by Daniel Dubois. It's a bad knockout. Yeah. Then he's come back and had a little sparring session with that YouTube geezer. And now, can he be jumping in with? You don't like Fake Paul, do you? You're not a Fake Paul fan, are you?
I like what he's doing for the women's boxing.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, because
I like what he's doing for them. But as far as I think, if they're looking to possibly have the AJ and Fury fight the beginning,
Jake gonna be a better promoter than he is a fighter.
Have a little warm up.
I think it's great.
Yeah, we don't want any excuses, do we?
I just don't want no one to beat them.
Who do you think wins?
In the cusp of it.
Who do you think wins?
In that fight?
Yeah. Like, would you say Fury? Let's say Fury in his prime and Anthony Joshua in a prime.
Fury.
You think Fury beats him?
Yeah,
a lot of people agree with that. Why? Because of the skills. You tell me.
He's quick on his. Even for him being a heavyweight, he was like a lightweight on his feet.
Yeah.
You know, he was very smooth defensively. He just fundamentally sound. AJ's very broke, rough.
He called him a geezer. I caught that too.
His punch output.
That's that UK slang, Joey.
Like, the way Fury just moves and angles, that's gonna be the biggest problem. I think AJ noticed that with now him having, what is it?
Fury might lose to AJ too.
His training now.
Yeah. What about now? Because you talk about the positives for Fury, and
he might get
lots of feints, fast feet, moves like a lightweight.
Yep.
A lot of that's slowing down and going now because he's getting older and he's past his best. And obviously Anthony Joshua's been beat a couple of times as well. They've both lost to Usyk twice, but Tyson Fury's never been knocked out. He's been on the floor. He's never been knocked out. Anthony Joshua's been knocked out twice, a couple of times. He's been knocked out a couple of times, quite bad. Do you think that now?
They always ride AJ
happen,
for getting
have you
sparked
still
out.
got Fury as a favourite, or is it closer?
It's a bit closer, I think, now, just because of the transition that Anthony Joshua did and made with Usyk.
I'm glad this ain't
Yeah.
super
So
long because he jumping all over the
more
place.
of just hand gestures, movements, feints, and not just reacting off of just 1, 2, 3 punches.
Yeah.
It's more technical.
Yeah.
So I think that will give a bit more of an issue for Tyson Fury.
Who wins now, though?
Who do you have? I would say that too.
I've got to say Fury.
Yeah.
I've got to still say Fury even now. Because he was able to do 12 rounds with a big lump who came and leaned on him and the hand speed.
But
And I think the
Rudolph
confidence
is not
of
no
AJ as well,
AJ.
since getting knocked
He
out.
don't have his
and how
skill.
he's adapting with that. He's also had a
He don't
tragedy
have
with
his
his
skill
friends.
at all.
Quite highly publicised. He lost his friends in
That AJ got,
horrific
like, that dude just
accident.
strong. That is,
And I don't know how that's going to sit with him when he's training and where he's driving. You don't know how it's going to affect
me
him.
in the ring.
So if you was going to say who's
look
going to
like
win
those
the fight,
Wilder
I'd say
fights
just
caught up
on
to his
skill
ass.
set and experience. AJ's got a good career though. He's fought.
They always talking about AJ getting knocked out, but he only been stopped twice.
Yeah, they make it seem like he's just
every fight. He just like every fight, and then one of them he was on his feet for the stoppage. The Andy Ruiz,
right? Like Daniel Boy could punch, bro. He'd knock a lot of people out, bro. That dude be punch. Shit, he might get Fabio Worley if he crack him first.
I hope not. I like Fabio.
Me too. I like him. I like both of them.
I like Fabio a whole lot, man.
I like Daniel more because I knew him first, and he took losses and he was written off, and he really bounced back in a real way. That's why I rock with Daniel. But
it's Fabio for me because of the late start, bro. Because he got the late start. Yeah. He didn't have a traditional amateur background. He did a couple of what they call them white collar fights,
right?
Like underground boxing. The man had a whole day job and just decided, you know what, I want to try my hand at boxing. And became a pro, and he's learning on the job. And then just to see him being there with guys that have vastly greater experience than him, whether it be Frazier Clark, and he damn near punched his jaw off the hinge. You seen the way that dent was in his face?
Yeah, man.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy. Bro, his shit like it was about to, come on. Like he had a whole dent in his shit. Like he just separated it completely. That shit look crazy. Shout out to Ivan. He said, "Should Inoue and Nakatani have a rematch?" Fell back to sleep in the third round. A rematch would be cool if they can't find a better option. Fabio has that equalizer. Yeah, Dan Dubois too. It's gonna be a good fight though. But I think it's just a pick 'em fight, bro. If you tell me Fabio, I ain't tripping because I could see how he could win. If you tell me Daniel, I could see how he could win.
I'd say Fury's the favorite.
Yeah, I think he was shy of one belt.
We more than halfway through, man. We got a few more minutes of this, and we gonna move on to the next thing.
Never got
We're
that
gonna
fight,
get
obviously lost to Usyk.
Oscar next.
So I think, man, I was
Oscar
leaning for
Kid
AJ.
Austin.
I'll be honest, I was leaning towards AJ, but yeah, after everything you kind of dissected it down to, the mental plays a big key in everything in boxing. So yeah.
But nice to see him back though. Nice to see him back in the ring.
I would say Tyson Fury.
I hope the fake Paul fight's not his last fight. I don't want to be remembered for knocking out a YouTuber.
Breaking his jaw.
Yeah, I mean, no,
welcome to boxing.
Did he break his jaw? Was that real?
Yeah, he shattered it.
Did that actually happen?
Man, he broke the hell out of his jaw. His shit's still wired. His shit's still wired.
But you know he's on the game, so now we can break his jaw.
We ain't got fake Paul on the game, have we? Everything I said about this game, right? I'm joking. Listen, we need to be able to beat up on someone, don't we?
Oh yeah.
So we might as well
Jake got my respect because of what he do for the other people.
Right. Some non-boxing questions really quick before I let you go. If it kicks off in a bar, you know what a bar is?
Yes.
Like a local pub. Which 3 fighters do you want by your side, backing you up?
Well, you for starters.
Obviously, he wants the Cobra.
Yes.
I can have a roll around.
Look how great you look.
On the cobbles.
Yeah.
Look good down there.
Heck yeah.
Arms.
You know I got it, Jordan. We gonna get to it.
We don't need any more. I said pick 3 fighters. He only needs 1.
Just need you.
What about a big lump? Which big lump would you want with you? Because there might be some big heavy load. There might be an Eddie Hall hanging around, and we need to get him in a. Which big lump would you have?
Thor.
Thor.
I forget how to say his whole full name.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie Hall.
Yeah.
Eddie Hall fought that.
Yeah,
oh, Thor. Who's that? Who's that he fought?
The guy who was in.
Yeah.
He's the world's strongest man. World's strongest man. And he was in Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
All right. Okay.
Big. Yeah.
Kyle Coolidge, blessings, family.
Cobra.
Yes. And then
What's happening?
Probably,
You're a bit lighter,
my guy.
fast speed. You've got that covered.
Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez.
Bam
What team
Rodriguez
that
is
is.
a
Yeah, 'cause
dog.
he's a lot
Diggity,
smaller.
diggity,
No,
diggity,
and
dog.
just knocking him
Just
out.
game over.
Game over.
That could be the dream team, actually.
He said,
What
"Well,
did
I
you
come
make of Conor
in
Ben
here.
against
Don't worry, he almost out of here,
program,
Cal.
yeah.
Don't worry.
Great. Obviously,
Don't
the
worry.
magnitude
Don't
of it
worry.
all,
We
the
gonna
hype
get him
behind
out
it
of
and
here.
everything. After 2 outstanding, fights with Eubank, I think that I feel like he was set already at 160.
Yeah.
And he hasn't seen 147 in 3 years.
No.
That plays a factor. So, but I would love to see what he does next.
Think Conor should have made a bit more of a statement, or was you quite happy with
I think we all would,
Yeah.
right? We all have high expectations, especially for the rumors being out that how much he was getting paid and everything for this
Yeah.
type of fight. Netflix behind it. But no matter what, he's a star,
Well, he's definitely smashed it. He's made an absolute fortune fighting Eubank Jr. twice, and now he's had this fight against Regis
Yeah.
Prograis. He's made a fortune, so fair play to him. I mean, he's the one taking the punches. He's made the money, so good luck
Smart,
to him.
yeah.
But in terms of becoming a world champion, let's say he fights Ryan Garcia for the WBC, what happens?
Man, tough call.
What happens?
Tough
Come on,
call.
tell me what happens. You didn't tell me who the biggest knobhead was. Tell me who wins. Conor Ben, Ryan Garcia, who wins?
5 division.
You're gonna get a big fight out of this.
Are you
May the
good,
best man
mate?
win.
It's your weight.
May the best man win.
Yeah, build it, man. You want the UK. What are you going to do to Conor Ben if you fight him?
Ah, man.
What do you think you'd do to Conor Ben if you fought him at
Nothing.
147?
I'm just
He's
the
talking
best.
about
I'm
coming
the
down
best.
to
I'm the
147.
best. Forget the rest. That's it. I'm
Yeah.
the
Are you
best
beating him on
fighter.
points? Are you stopping him?
Little TOX.
No, I'm trying to get
Little
inside your mind.
TOX is
If I was
diabolical.
going to say, right, you're going to
From now on, whenever the Schofield's talking, got to play it. Click, G. Did he play it? That's when the Schofield's Zoom little TOX.
fight, Joe Cal's
Yeah, you
like,
got 3
what
more
are you
minutes
gonna
of
do?
this
I'd
and you
say,
out of here, y'all.
I've got to knock him out,
Goes
otherwise I'm getting beat on points. Calzaghe is tough, he's fast, he's super fit, he's got fast hands, throws a lot of work rate. If I don't knock him out, I'm not getting my hand raised. Yeah, but I'm backing myself. I'm knocking him out.
Yeah.
So what you do to Conor
Little
Ben?
TOX is crazy.
Well, I
Zoom,
think
wow.
Conor and Ryan, I would focus on their body.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would just break them down.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that.
Think you
there's,
stop him?
I could. Yeah, especially now at this weight at 147, I could. But they're all ranges. Me and Conor have the same manager, so in a business standpoint, it's like more than likely not to happen.
Yeah.
But there's chances of it could happen.
Yeah.
Me winning a belt at 147, him winning, we could unify, make more money together,
Yeah.
right? And then we could dissect from there.
Well, you mentioned Conor Ben there and Ryan Garcia, and they're
Ryan too,
potentially fighting. Who wins that one?
Yeah. Between those two
Ryan Garcia.
and
Conor Ben.
Conor Ben.
Down at
Man,
147 as well.
I don't know. I think that 147 is doing well for Ryan right now at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
He can punch a little bit as well, can't
Yeah.
he?
Well, they're going up. He
Yeah.
had to go all the way back down 2 weight classes to
Yeah.
be at 47,
Yeah.
and he did a catch with at 150. So
Yeah.
logistically, I'm thinking Ryan should possibly get it, but
Yeah.
Conor Ben is no pushover.
No.
No pushover. I think that
He
has
works
punching-
hard. He believes in
Conor
himself.
Ben
He's
is no
great.
pushover.
He's got punching power.
Conor
in
Ben,
both
Conor
hands,
Ben,
so-
Conor.
Has he got punches
Conor.
on both hands at 147?
Care about no
He's
damn
come
Conor
down to the
Ben.
program at
Conor.
150.
Yeah.
At 160, he looked like he could hurt his opponent.
I think for me, I'll say it like this: I think Conor Ben should stay at 160.
Yeah,
If anything, 154, but 160.
160. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty sound advice.
Yeah, I
From
think so.
someone that
I
knows.
Nobody
think so.
taking
I
no
think
advice
that,
from your ass.
when you're going down that much in weight and you have to maintain it throughout off season and everything like that, which there is no off season in boxing, but maintaining it is gonna be detrimental to him in the long run.
Fair enough. Listen, I'm going to let you go, but I've got one final question.
Yes.
In my last fight, almost 13 years ago, it was at Wembley Stadium, the National Stadium. I rendered somebody unconscious in front of a lot of people. It was a grudge match, a rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people were there?
Like 70, 80, 90? 80?
Second go.
Yeah.
80,000 fans at Wembley Stadium. You know, don't you? My boy. He knows. Of course you know. It was in there, wasn't it? Teofimo Lopez, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. This is it for another episode of Frotch on Fighting. Don't forget to hit
All right,
like,
let's
share,
get
and subscribe to the
Tio
best.
out of here. Shout out to Tio and Carl Frotch, man. It was a good little sit down from them, man. But basically he was saying his dad wasn't on top of his game one of the reasons he lost. It just wasn't him that night, and you know, that type of stuff. It wasn't nothing Shakur did. It was just it was a new style that he was working on, and you know, it just Shakur's the wrong guy to try the new style on. I call Cap. He fought how he typically fight, hand drop low. Shakur did his homework, watched film. He did the studying, and he had Teo figured out, and he knew the mistakes he made, and he capitalized on them all night and beat him. That's how he beat him. That's how he beat him. My bad, y'all. Must keep rolling though. But yeah, he basically, that's why I say, yo, you know, did Shakur Stevenson ruin him? And not even to say ruin, but the way he thinking, he had him apologizing for slavery. Now he out in his pops. You know what I'm saying? Now he out in his pops. Before it wasn't his father. It was like, nah, it wasn't his father. Now it's his father. So I look at it like, man, look, excuse me, y'all. Your dad is fighting some demons. Damn, my bad, y'all. His dad is fighting some demons, obviously, you know, in real time, right? We seen it before. I always thought it was more to it when he stumbled and fell into the ring, but maybe it wasn't, maybe not. But I heard he was, you know, he's struggling with some things, man. And as long as that's the case, he need to take a step back, get his mind right. He seemed like he was good recently. I seen him in video somewhere. He seemed like he was in a good headspace. So hopefully that's the case. And him and Teo can make a bounce back at 47. See what they do. But yeah, that fake ass shoulder roll. That remember them saying how Teo was way more athletic, or he more athletic than Shakur. He the more athletic. Teo more explosive. Teo. You ain't see none of that shit in the fight. His father has no business being the main trainer for Shakur. Damn, please. His father had, yeah, man. His pops. I just think he always needed to bring somebody else in with him, right? I think his father took him as far as they can go, and that was very far. But I think now it makes sense for him to bring somebody else on board with him. You know what I'm saying? To me, it seems like that's the right thing to do. Let's keep rolling, man. Let's keep rolling. Let's get to this though, because I'm trying to try out of here in the next half an hour, man. I gotta pull this up real quick because this is kid, you know, this Kid Austin tweet. All they do is it don't even be Kid Austin, it be Pops. It be his dad. His dad be doing all the tweeting from his profile is crazy, bro. Nah, I'm with you, Blaze. That shit just was funny. The way you just reading it, and I know how your voice sounds, so I know how you saying it. That shit just made it funnier. But this is hold on, which let me see something. Which one is it real quick? Oh, okay. I think it's this. Yeah, this the tweet. Athleticism will never be the true technical boxer unless you're Roy Jones Jr. I think you're on to something, T-Mac. I think you're on to something, my guy. But this is Floyd Schofield, junior, senior, whichever one. Junior, senior. These are Schofield. Them Schofield people. This is what they said on Twitter. Shout out to my dog for sending it to me. He said, why would a promoter like Oscar Delahoya and Golden Boy Boxing keep a fighter that they do not believe in? Shaking my head, boxing is so messed up now. We fight for money now that they can keep that belt. He said, oh shit, oh man, nah, I ain't see this part. Now he don't want the belt. The man did 50 interviews talking about how they want the belt, the WBA, their negotiations with Tank. All this shit. Now we fight for money. It can't be that 5 years, 5 million that you was talking about. Now, bro, don't want the belt. They can keep that belt. See you guys in July, August, hopefully. Probably against the cab driver, but it isn't our fault. I'll be damned if it ain't your fault. It got to be somebody's. Like, who fault you think it is? That's because if your son really knew the 5 styles of boxing, then they wouldn't be holding them back. Because I ain't never heard nobody in boxing tell me they mastered the 5 styles of boxing. So maybe you need to get on that. Maybe if your kid mastered the 5 styles of boxing, maybe he won't be holding you back. What do you mean? How they gonna keep a fighter they don't want? Y'all signed on for 5 years, $5 million. That's what you said. I got a little video from Fight Hype? 5 years of guaranteed employment. And Jordan, he put a crazy cap on it. He put 5 years, $5 million is wild. That's because he keep talking about how you make $30,000 a month. Y'all don't need money. And Oscar said, "Oh, word, all right, 360 deal, 5 years, $5 million." You know what I'm saying? 5 years, $5 million, bro. Since since y'all ain't broke, since you make money and you don't need boxing. The more he said it, the worse the situation got, bro. He kept saying it, man. We don't need boxing. Kid make 30 grand. He make 30 grand a month. He make 30 grand a month. Well, he's a Ford model. He's a Ford model. That's what he be saying. He got 4 commercials. Yeah, we can't. El Jordan, he don't even get it. We can't help him. Why? My thing is this. Why don't y'all go to Oscar? What's wrong with y'all? You better go to Oscar with this shit. You better go spill your heart to Oscar. Hold on, look, it's official. Gervonta Davis is being protected by the WBA and scared to fight kid. Oh my God. Hey, yo. You gotta fire him, yo, bro. Fire him, bro. Nah, kid. Nah, kid. Get your pops. Pack your pops up. Tell your pops to just chill. Hold it down at the crib, bro. Tell him to chill. It's official. Gervonta is being protected by the WBA and scared to fight kid, y'all. He not gonna fight him. So we don't care about the belt. Y'all can keep that belt. Keep that belt. Yeah, we don't need it. We fight for money. You know, kid make 30 grand a month. We got 4 commercials. We had money before boxing. These champions act tough, but we know the truth. The next question is, should we start the federal part and force them to have this fight be a purse bid? He trying to go federal. He trying to go federal and Tank. You ain't getting that fight. Told you this. I'm only laughing because he wild, bro. He said the next question is, should we start the federal part and force them to have the fight via purse bid? These champions at lightweight and super lightweight are soft. Shakur and Tank are super soft. Shakur and Tank are super soft. That's why they don't fight anyone. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to you raw today, though. I'm gonna give it to you raw. You doing too much double talking. I'm talking to Floyd Schofield Sr. I don't give a damn. Auntie Sco, TT Sco, whatever. Bro, the boxing world is growing tired of you with these empty promises, overselling your son, under-delivering. You've been promising a title fight, Tank, Lucas Body, all these different. You was about to fight JoJo next, but you clout chasing Shakur and Tank. Tank has been on the sideline, fool. He not coming out off a layoff and fighting you. It's like you don't know the business. It's clear that when Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, said he didn't know the business, this is what he meant. Like you said, why would they keep a fighter they don't want? This boxing business is so messed up. No, you messed up, bro. You signed. You was bragging, y'all. 5 years, $5 million. Like, bro. Core just made that, man. He doubled that in his last fight. You talking about 5 years, $5 million. He doubled that in one fight. You bugging. So stop clout chasing Shakur and Tank, man. Respect to what you did for your son and where you got him. You know what I'm saying? The youngin could fight. He could fight. He's strong. He worked extremely hard. He respectful. I know how he feel about his dad. He probably ain't gonna like me using the voice, but it's all good. I could take it. He blocked me, so at the end of the day, he don't care. But yo, no champions are soft. If they're so super soft, why are you chasing them? Why don't you go chase some guys that want to fight you? He chasing Shakur and Tank fights. Next thing you know, but at the same time, he telling the world he about to fight a cab driver. He don't know if he fight Lucas Body, Tank for his belt. He don't know if he want to go federal, right? He don't know. He just sat up there with Coach Kenny and was on his best behavior. He didn't say nothing about going federal. This is why I'm covering this. He's a weird guy, bro. This is a weird guy. Shakur and Tank is super soft. That's why they don't fight anyone. And fighting your son wouldn't be them fighting somebody. Nobody would consider them fighting somebody if Shakur or Tank fight Kid Austin next. Nobody in the world gonna be like, yeah, they fighting somebody. They finally fighting somebody. Shakur beat Kid Austin, they're gonna say he was green. Tank knock out Kid Austin, they're gonna say he was green. It was too early. Why would a promoter like Oscar Delahoya and Golden Boy keep a fighter that they do not believe in? Shaking my head. Boxing is so messed up now. We fight for money now. They could keep that belt. See you guys in July or August, hopefully, probably against a cab driver. But it isn't our fault, y'all. It's not our fault. It's not me and Kid's fault. But I want to hear that shit. Kid, just keep fighting, Kid. I like Kid Austin, but his dad used a lot of rhetoric and like old media shit to tear down fighters. That's why I don't respect his approach. Just say, yo, Shakur a good fighter, he a good boxer, but my son a knockout artist and he not gonna beat my son. All right, talk like that. But when you keep clout chasing their name, they super soft. Tank is scared. But you sat up with his coach and you ain't tell his coach that Tank is scared. Why you ain't say that to Coach Kenny? You did 2 separate clips and videos with Coach Kenny. You could have told him in all that time you was talking that you think Tank Davis is soft. Why didn't you do that? Because you get on the internet and talk like a female, like a little kid or something, bro. Like you just like weirdo, weird energy. Tank will knock your son out. Muscles Malone can't do shit with Tank and Shakur, respectfully. I think that would be the worst fight that he can try to make with either one of them. They're both dark alleys, and he don't come out successful with his hand raised in neither one of them. Tank just a little bit darker because he literally is like PSE&G. He will turn your gas, lights, and electricity off, bro. Tank gonna have you sitting in the dark. Shakur gonna have you wishing that he just put you out, like bro said earlier in the stream. He just gonna box you, and he gonna show you that you can't beat him. Tank gonna spark you, and you gonna feel like, damn, I should have just left him alone. I'm telling you, stop clout chasing. Go talk to Oscar. Get off Twitter or X, whichever one you want to call it. That's not gonna fix your problem. Y'all the one signed on for 5 years, $5 million. What did you think he was gonna do? So do you really think you signed for 5 years and $5 million, and you think Tank Davis is gonna be your next fight off a layoff after you got bit by bed bug bites and pulled out of the Jojo Diaz fight? You can't make this make sense. You're not federally going nowhere. You're not federally going nowhere. You just and then first he say he should take it federal, then he say keep the belt. Like which one is it? All he do is double talk. First, Shakur is one of the greatest fighters. If your son lose, he'll lose to one of the greatest fighters in the world. Now Shakur soft, but he's about to make your son shit on himself. Tank soft, but you clout chasing and you want to fight for his belt. It's like make it make sense. The only one that's soft is you, sir. Because you get bent out of shape when people criticize your son, but you got all this smoke for Tank. You better hope that, Kid Austin could be a 3-division champion. You better hope he can be a 4-division champion like Shakur, former unified, grab some ring belts, keep winning. You better hope. Man, that's not the way to do it. Hating on these other fighters ain't gonna make Kid Austin better, bro. That's not gonna make Kid Austin better. They fake the end. Yo, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Jordan. Yo, man, Aunt McQueen had me looking for wrist injuries, and I didn't see a wrist injury where it's no swelling, but it's like 3 red dots. I'm like, bro went sucked on his wrist and pulled out the fight, man. Bro got stung by wasps with some shit, bit by bed bugs in the Airbnbs and pulled out the fight.
I talked to Kid Austin and he was very complimentary. He was trying to push towards his WBA and his Tank Davis fight. Is there real motion going with Kid Austin and Tank Davis? If so, could you give us an update?
There will be real talks happening very soon. If Kid Austin wants to go after Tank next, then me as a promoter is what I have to do and get him, right? As a promoter, I still feel that I would give him one more fight and then go after Tank. But if he wants it right away, let's go. Let's go. It wouldn't be the right decision in my eyes. But if the father and the kid want it, then that's what I'll have to push for. I'm not sure exactly what position or what Tank Davis is doing, but I did hear he does want to fight third quarter of this year.
So see, he's saying it. Look, It's not my idea for y'all to do this. It's not my idea for you to, for you to fight him right now. You're inexperienced. Tank Davis is a whole different league. But if that's what y'all want, I'll try to get you the fight you want. He don't recommend it. That don't mean he don't believe in you. He just don't believe you ain't ready right now because you still green. The level of competition you've been fighting, you don't go to the level of competition you've been fighting to Tank Davis and tell everybody you giving yourself the best chance to win. That's just being real.
Like July is what they were telling me that they would like.
September, October.
Okay.
Oh no, they really in talks right now with Tank for us to fight Tank. We've been his mandatory for a year. Of course, I'm putting a little heat under it because by WBA bylaws, in 9 months after we became that, we were supposed to get.
I don't never want to hear the word bylaws again.
So it gets to a point like, some people say, well, your son might lose, but my son want to live out his dream.
Got attacked by grasshoppers.
He did all of this to grind to this point. Now the politics of boxing, it said, nah, we gonna go this way.
I'm not gonna lie. In this particular case, the politics of boxing is saving your son from losing a fight due to inexperience and lack of quality, consistent competition. I'm telling you, and being too young and green, right behind the ears.
And it's not right. So we're more like standing up for all the.
You always say how young he is. That's what Oscar knows.
That's the only way you're gonna make boxing exciting to get all this power.
Man, bro, he don't even answer questions fully from himself because you always talking from him. That guy ain't beating Tank. He not even mature enough mentally to beat him. I mean this respectfully. He just need more seasoning. He don't have enough. He don't have enough up top, bro. I'm telling you. He not mature enough. Tank gonna hurt him.
Politics,
in my opinion, Tank gonna hurt him. And he think he can't be hurt. He think can't nobody hurt him. I heard him say that before. I don't think nobody could hurt me. I'm like, what? Yeah, and then mind you, after a while later, he get knocked down by Garone.
So keep Zuffa. Might as well. I can understand that then, if that's how they come. But how do you feel about what's going on?
Man, it's crazy, man. I'm being patient, but like my dad said, it gets to a point where it's like, all right, we've been number one. I mean, this is the only sanctioned body, I'm number one, and I think I'm number 2 in the IBF, but I'm right there for that belt. So it's like, out of all my peers, how am I the only one that's being held up from getting the world title that I grew up with? Xander Zayas is already unified. Mason is WBO champion. So it's like, how come I'm being held up by a guy who seems like he doesn't even want to fight? And I think that's the most frustrating part, because if it's like you don't want to make the good fights happen, it's like someone's like, in a way, get out the way. I mean, you're holding part of the division up. I mean, you're not fighting Shakur, you're not fighting Tank, you're not fighting your mandatory. So nobody knows what he's doing, but my dad is handling that, and the rest of the team. So like, y'all know me, I just stay in the gym and I stay ready. So when I get that call, I'll be ready.
Yeah, and I think it's honorable and respectful that you guys are, going through the process of trying to become a world champion and not just face any world champion, but what many people feel is, arguably 1 or 2 in the championship. So I think at this point, what is being done to kind of get through that? Because I know that they put Tank on recess or not. They're making Lucas Baldy, like in you guys, and then if it's not, then Lamont Roach. It just seems like they don't really have something situated to clearly just be like, hey, this is the path, right? So is there anything on your guys' end that you're doing, or even Golden Boy, your promoters?
Well, we know that we put in petitions with the WBA. WBA got back, and that's why the talk's going on with Tank to put on this fight. So Golden Boy and PBC is supposed to meet to put on the Tank and Kid fight. I think it's an amazing fight. Both of them haven't been fighting for a year. If, let's say, God forbid, just for the people out there, if my son was to lose, he don't lose nothing out of this. He gained everything out of this. He gained the experience, he gained the money. He's still young. And I really believe he's going to stop Tank. We're not just going in there to, lay down. We're going in there to stop Tank because that's legacy. Just imagine the day after him stopping Tank, how his life will be,
Nah,
and
man,
things
the day
like
after
that.
Tank
And
stopped him,
people,
how they gonna be talking about you?
You know,
on
I've been
social
getting hate
media?
mail and everything.
Shirts, man.
I've been getting hate mail for real. I've been getting death threats, car scratch up, all of this just for
Death
challenging
threats,
Tank.
car
Like, that's
scratch
how
up.
crazy this stuff is.
I think it just in general, it's
Like a mixture.
supporting your
You
son.
talk like a mixture of
It's
Mike
crazy.
Tyson and
biggest
Daffy
thing
Duck
to
with
me
his
that
beat
like
shot off.
blows me because it's like,
Swear, he like
yeah,
Mike
my dad
Tyson
might
and
be a
Daffy
little
Duck
extra,
with no beat.
you know, who's not extra.
Swear, that's what
I
we
mean,
sound
Bill
like.
is extra, you know, Teofimo Lopez Sr. I mean, these are guys that are, you know, putting it all out on the line for their sons. And I think just the way he gets the hate that he does, it's like, you don't like how he talks or how I get it, but you can't knock the fact that he's, you know, making his son a millionaire before he's even 25, you know, providing for his family. He worries about him last, you know.
Yeah, we heard all of this stuff the other day. So yeah, basically they crying with Golden Boy about Golden Boy not putting him in position to fight Tank or one of the champions. He talk about the Shakur fight like Shakur didn't give him a chance. That's why Shakur didn't want to do that. He gave you a chance already, dummy. I mean, like, what is he supposed to give you another opportunity? Ain't nobody got time to be playing with you and your son. 3 times y'all supposed to fight quality fights, and each time y'all pulled out. Each time, H2O. Damn, it was Shakur, Abdullah Mason. You did it with that too. It's the last thing we're gonna cover, man. For a couple minutes, man. We're gonna listen to some of this. So this is this about to mess a lot of y'all up, and I'm gonna revisit this at another date. Errol Spence, they saying, you know, he been 3 years off, and he coming back at oh my God, could you believe it? Catch weight of 158 pounds. Wow. Not the great Earl the Truth Spence Jr. coming back at a catch weight. I thought catch weights was bad in boxing, right? Because when somebody says something about 144, they was losing their mind. Like, why don't he go up to 147? So why don't we keep the same energy with Earl? Why don't Earl just go to 160, right? You get what I'm saying? You see? If catch weights is bad for anybody, it's bad for the sport, right? But not after 3 years off and a bad loss. I hope Earl Spence come back and stomp on Tim Tszyu. We're gonna listen to a little bit of this presser that they did earlier. They did the presser earlier. They did this presser. They did a little presser, man. It's good to see EJ back in the flesh, man. What's up with my thing and why is it not working, bro? Why is it not working? G. Yeah, Tank gonna lullaby his ass. Lullaby his ass. I'm trying to get the joint up on the screen for y'all, man. My bad. I've been out 3 years, so we got to give him some grace to get accustomed to the weight. Nah, because look, think about it. It ain't just because he been off. It's just he fighting at a weight he ain't never fought at, right? Right? That's what because telling him to come back at 160 if weight he never fought at, it'd be crazy. You get what I'm saying? The thought process should be the same. If you hate catch weights, you should hate them at all, right? That's all I'm saying. It's not that bad. I know with Earl Spence, they ain't gonna have no complaining. You get what I'm saying? No, I don't think this bad for boxing. I think it makes perfect sense, Zoom. You know what I'm saying? It makes perfect sense because we know EJ been off. You know what I'm saying? He been out. He been off and he been out, you know? All right, if you don't let me get this, we're gonna revisit this, man. But I like to hear Earl talking his talk, though, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear EJ talking. You know? Crazy, man. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad either way. I think catch weights make sense when you got guys that are being asked to compete in a weight class maybe that they never been in before, right? I think it makes sense. We all understand it, right? Why you would You know what I'm saying? Why you would use a catch weight, period. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big a deal. It's really not. It is really not that big a deal, man. I don't care if it's EJ, I don't care who it is. At the end of the day, I think you should do whatever makes sense for you to do. You get what I'm saying? I think if it's a catch weight, then you go up there and do it because you've been off for a while. If it makes sense for you, you go up there and do it, like what EJ is more than likely going to do. And I think people should respect it and sit back and wait for him to get what I'm saying? Make his return, bro. You know what I'm saying? EJ to make his damn return. G, you feel me? All right, let's pull this. Let's listen to a little bit of this, man. And we gonna get up out of here. Y'all, everybody hit the like button, sub to the channel. Y'all know what's up. Second live of the day, we building. We gonna be back. We're gonna try to call these fights too, y'all. So let's get to it, man. He ain't been relevant, so he probably been blowing up. Active fighters shouldn't want them. Yeah, but it's not about being active. Listen, I think that's part of it, right? I ain't gonna say it's not about that. I think that's part of it. But I think the other part, Damon, is fighting at a weight that you never fought at after being inactive, right? So, or just fighting at a weight that you ain't been at, period. So I don't think catchweights have anything to do with active or inactive. I think they have something to do with if you're being asked to go up to a weight class that you ain't never been and y'all meet in the middle. It's a lot of reasons why they make sense, bro. But to each their own. Like I think they make sense under certain circumstances. Nah, we ain't about to do all the particulars. We gotta get ready to it. I don't want to hear none of this shit y'all talking about neither. Yeah, we're not trying to hear that. Yeah, you my guy, but we ain't trying to hear that. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. My bad. Get past 10. All right, there you go. Let's just deal with the fighter. Oh, so it is gonna be Ronnie Shields with Earl. Okay, there we go. Earl should be in good hands with Ronnie Shields, bro. Good hands with Ronnie. My Earl last fight was 47. That was Crawford. Tim last fight was at 60. That's what you're saying. But I think the catch weight is about Earl really being off for so long. Yeah, he got that cut too recently, Tenzu. Yeah, he is. Good choice, Ronnie Shields. I got you, Damon, and we know your boy be working. Your boy be working. This is all after 3 hours this morning with the fight. And we did another 3, and then we can come back later. And I don't know how long we're gonna be. I'll probably call the main card tonight. The prelims could go to hell. Mm-hmm. I know, sick. I'm gonna cover that probably another time. Dante's boxing talk. My dog was good. Yeah, I love this dude. I love this dude. This is why we rock with him, bro. And we out here wishing him to retire. He need to just go and retire. He need to go spend his money. Nah, I need to see him one more time to see if he still got anything left. If not, then we won't need to see him no more. And I'm pretty sure he'll retire if he get beat bad. You went over there to Kell Brook to Sheffield and beat him, and you won your first world title. Right. That's a fact, Zoom. Nah, he had one more fight recently, Zoom. That's how he got that cut under the left eye. I don't even remember the name of the guy that Tim Tszyu fought, but that's what Sick talking about. The last fight he had, that's how he got that cut that you see that's halfway healed, is he got that cut under his eye. There you go. Appreciate you, Sick. Appreciate you, fam. I ain't remember to do anything. Yeah, Zoom. He slipped one in. He slipped one in. They're going all out. Facts, Dante. They are. Both of them. All out. Shout out this Sick. Appreciate that. And beat him. What's your other account? I could probably tell by you coming in with Team GTD, but what's your other account, fam? What's your other account? Oh, my pedigree here. No, I haven't watched it. Yeah, don't lie. Yeah, Ronnie Shields. I'm happy for these dudes, man. Ronnie got some work cut out for him. Nah, let me tell you what you did. Let me tell you what you did real quick, and we're gonna get back to this. It's almost over. It's a few more minutes of this, y'all, and we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. And we're gonna try to rest up a little bit for the fights later. Shout out to my dog A1, the objective fan. What's good, Brody? Nah, what you did was you came in under another account in another chat. Your name was COD Chris in another chat, and you start playing with me. You started saying, "Oh, just do block me for speaking the truth." Let me tell you something about me, bro. I don't play internet games. When you see me in another chat, just say what up. Don't say I blocked you, because 9 times out of 10, the only way I block you if it's disrespect. I really don't block people like that. You get what I'm saying? But if you got blocked, that's because you was playing with me over there. COD Chris was your name. I still remember it because I told you I don't play internet games, yo. Go find somebody else to play with. And you stopped talking and kept trolling, though. But That was you. If you COD Chris, that's why you got blocked from Boxing Bill. Just letting you know. I don't play all them games with them like fake profiles. I don't play like that. It don't matter. It don't matter who blocked you. It's like you not hearing nothing I'm saying. Nah, that was not me, bro. My Boxing Bill account's 4 years old. Nah, that was you. It was you. It was you because it was you because it was after you got blocked. That's what you said. You said just do block me for speaking the truth. That's what you said. I thought, and he talked the same Shakur power stuff. That y'all all the same person. I'm gonna say this and I'm done with it. I ain't gonna address it no more. How I know it was you? Because it was after you got blocked in my chat. You see me in another chat and you tried to play with me talking about yo, he blocked me. I ain't explaining myself. Hell with that. Super chat team GTD support the channel. I'll unblock your account. Support the channel. There you go. There you go. You're a real supporter, right? Because all you do is troll. I don't need trolls. I need support. I don't need trolls. I ain't addressing that no more. Well, nah, I just wanted to hear from Big Fish, man. Shout out to EJ coming back at 158. rocking out, catch weight. Shout out to the family. I appreciate all y'all. Everybody that's rocking with me. Y'all know I rock with y'all right back. Hit that like button, sub to the channel, share the live, hype the live, support the channel. We got over 6 hours of streaming in already, and we still got to come back and call the fights. This is the second live of the day. We're going to come back. We're going to get that main event in. You already know, y'all. So look, let's keep building this boxing up one brick at a time. I'll see y'all for fight night, man. Y'all get y'all some rest up, chill out. Appreciate y'all in attendance, and we'll be back later. Peace to the fans.